Let me go back up. I guess I'm live now. Can you check to make sure that I'm live?
I'm on YouTube. It's not live yet.
It's let's see. Let me have this and let me go here. I should be live now.
Not yet. Still don't see anything yet.
All right. Let's see.
I'm gonna close it out and go back in.
Yeah, go back in and see. Can you guys see me on live on YouTube
We're
yet?
live.
I'm live. Can you put your thumbs up on TikTok if you can see me live? It's saying YouTube is private. Private? It should not be private.
It shouldn't be private.
It shouldn't be.
Mm-mm.
Okay, give me a minute and let
Okay.
me go and admit. All right, little girl, where we at now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me go here. Go to my YouTube. If I was to stop it and go back in, or either I can go in to make it, can I go in while it's still the way it is, or I need to stop it and then go in and change the setting?
Probably change the setting. I'm not seeing you. You know more YouTube than me,
She
Mom.
said it, they saying it's private. I had uh of course Vinay to set this up for me.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I think that she didn't I can call her right quick. So if you guys
Okay.
can give me a minute and let me call her.
Okay, Mom.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Hey, hi, Irina. How you doing, sweetheart?
Hey, Mama.
Okay, I go back in that YouTube for me if you can. You put the meeting tonight to be private, and so no one can view it. I did it for private, but I didn't click private. I don't know why I went to. I didn't. I know I wouldn't have did it for private though, because I knew I wanted everybody to get it on. I'm going into it now. Okay, so can I'm gonna hold on, or do I need to get off and you call me back? No, just hold on. I'm just trying to get into two. Okay. Hold on. Okay. She's checking it out.
Okay, Mom.
You already on though. I'm already on Zoom and I've already clicked live already. Okay. Let me go here and then go back to TikTok.
Okay. Somebody said I'm not private. They said they're still waiting on they're waiting on me. And
Okay.
so I don't know why they're waiting on me because I hit the live once. Yeah, I did.
Okay, okay, so let me go into YouTube and see what I see.
Okay.
Let me see if it gave me a notification. Hold on, it should have given me a notification that it started. Hold on.
Okay, let me see. Okay. Somebody said they can see me. So they can, you see me? Okay. Okay. It might have just took a little time to get where it needs to go. So let me hit this record button.
Okay.
And let's get this party started.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Love you, sweetie.
Okay.
Peace. Look at him. Oh, I get to sit back and look at these beautiful ladies. And I'm honored that you guys want to show show up for such a time as this. And I don't know what that thing is doing, what it's doing. No, I don't want to end it. Girl, have technology been acting up?
You know, it's been acting very like Mercury retrograde, although we're not in Mercury retrograde, but I think it's with all the 5 planets in Gemini. You know, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. I don't know if it's that energy. You know, they say Gemini got 2 personalities.
All right. So they're saying they can see me, and that's good. Hey, Jacqueline. Okay, Jacqueline says she can't see me.
They can't see you. Okay. Is that on
Let me
TikTok
see.
or on YouTube? Like
Can
which
you
one?
see me, Jacqueline? Come on, thing said this thing wants me to come out of TikTok, and I'm not gonna do that. It's like TikTok isn't responding, close app. So let me see. Oh, this is so stupid.
It's tripping. It's hate, mama.
Girl, it's doing what it wants to freaking do. Let me go back here. Let me put this thing on recording on pause for a minute because I got to go back. Resume. All right. So yes, I'm looking at a gray wall too. I don't know why it's gray. Okay, what I need y'all to do is I'm going to come out of TikTok. I'm gonna give y'all time to come back to me. Let me go out of this TikTok thing, and then I'll let y'all come back in. Okay? Because I got a screen too, because you can't see me, can you? I see a wall too. So how about I'm gonna go out and then y'all come back in, okay? Okay. Now, let me do that. Oh, now what are they seeing the great wall, girl?
What you
I
got
got my camera turned wrong.
Ma.
I don't know how that happened, but there I am. Oh my goodness. You gotta laugh at me, right?
It's one of them days. It's one of them days.
It's one of them days, right? And so let me resume my recording. Okay, first of all, let's start out by doing this.
There's a comment on YouTube. It says there's 2 channels on YouTube. The meeting has started already. Search Matriarch Circle or scroll down.
I said I'm not watching on YouTube. Let me see if I can see what they're talking about.
Share my screen. That is, they're coming back. Okay, so what's going on? Everything good? Because if it ain't, it's got to be good, right?
Can you see it yet, Phoenix?
I tried to pause to see it. Hold on, let me see. Let me get back off the camera again. Go back on Empress's channel.
How about y'all been experiencing craziness on your phones and computers and all that?
It's been really weird the last couple of days. Like even emails I know I sent wasn't going through. It's been really weird the last couple of days, technology wise.
How many people on TikTok experiencing some craziness?
Okay, I see it, Mom. It's on. It looks like it's on. No,
that's
that's an old one. No, never mind. That's an old one. Let me go back to your channel. Okay, it says it's two different ones showing. So okay, so it's two different channels. So it's showing it's just that they have to go to the right channel. That's all.
Okay, so you got everybody's saying they having problems with their stuff too. So you guys are able to see me on the YouTube channel, right? Hi, sweetie. Hey, Emmanuel. So you guys are able to see on the YouTube channel?
That's all.
Okay, so you got
Okay.
everybody's in there. I was trying to pull up the picture that I had open. I don't know why.
Mom.
It's like,
I have it. I already got it.
okay, so I'm gonna make you co-host so we can pull the picture up, okay?
Okay.
So you co-host? How did you co-host? Did I
I
make
don't know
you?
how to co-host. I think I just had pulled it up and pushed share.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Do you got your bells by you, and then I can maybe do the speaking, and you do the bells because I love how your bells. Or do you want me to do them? I think your audio may be better if you do the bells, but I can do the honoring part.
So could you tell people about the picture that we have up?
Yes, I will. So, obviously before we ever start anything, I always like to ring in and honor our ancestors and our higher selves, right? Because we are the ancestors' return. We are our own spirit guide. So when you say your spirit guide, you're speaking of self because there's multiple versions of you from all your lifetimes. But who this is Dana, right? And his mom / my spiritual soul sister from multiple lifetimes is on the panel, Raina, today. So today, at our time, marks the 1 year transition anniversary of Dana. So he was actually the one that gave me the confirmation on this date. I didn't realize that was his transition date. And so before we got started, I just wanted to honor, but obviously I'm a birth doula and a transitional doula, right? And so I got reintroduced to his mom post his transition. He came to me. I'm a medium and a channeler, and so he literally came to me and sent me to her. And he taught me a different version of being a transitional doula. I've always, in all my other aspects and capacities, have done it where I helped the soul while they were here move over. But with him, it was after a soul had left. So I learned being a transitional doula from a different aspect. Just like how we are with birth doulas, it's not just at the birth. We got to build the village, support each other as women and mothers and matriarchs. Same thing with transitional doulas. So I wanted us to ring in and to honor Dana and to just send him just love and just give thanks for him and his energy and his spirit. And for when he decides to come back, because we know that nothing ever leaves. It just transitions. It moves from one form to another. And he was 12 years old. He transitioned one day after his solar return. So I just feel like that it is a story that needs to be told. He's an indigenous white feather chief because Rod, he confirmed that for me. on the land out of Australia, and Gorilla Clan member as well. And in our other lives and capacities, we were saltwater people, and in this life, we were saltwater persons. That is our Dana. Do you have your bells and we can ring in? And just like not only just for Dana, I want to honor him, but for all of our ancestors. You know, part of us doing this is for us to support one another as mothers, as women, when you're dealing with grief. And for us to put our, our arms around each other, because I know there are other mothers who probably have had to bury children, and it's unnatural. It's unnatural for a mother to have to bury her child, right? So that's where us as sisters in the village are to be there one for another, and us start reforming and rebuilding our healthy relationships with one another. So I don't even know if they're gonna hear my bells if I want to know if you could do it, but I'll still do it anyway. I know he'll hear it or the spirits will hear it. But first want to ring in and say I stay and Dana, you for all of you. I say and 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 I say that. And I did 12 taps, but that was when he left, and 13 for today in his retirement. We give thanks. We give thanks to you for your spirit and your wisdom and your sacrifice and your strength. And we cover your mother and all of those who are connected to you in the soul who are processing in the human experience, because we are having a human experience, being without your presence, and we just wrap our arms around them. And not only for Dana, but for every mother, every grandmother, every person who may have prematurely felt as if they had to bury, whether it was a child or a sister or a brother or a mother. We just send you love. We send you healing. We send you peace. And we just honor all of our ancestors. And we give thanks. And we say Ashe. And Ashe. And Ashe. All right. I'm there with you, Mom.
All
Okay.
Ashe,
So, Ashe.
Ashe. Oh, wow. You know, we want to, first of all, give you our condolences, because we never think that, that our children will leave here before us. And that there's no words. There's no words. Yeah, there, hold on, I'm getting a back. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can.
You can still hear me? Can you still hear me, Phoenix? Okay. So, there's no words that anybody can say to anyone when you lose your child. And I'm not going to try to find the words to comfort you other than I'm with you and that I feel your pain and that healing comes in time, but I don't think that it will ever be the same. Life is not the same, and without the child drama in the house or whatever, I would give that 1,000 times for you to hear your child in your home, or peek in the bed and see her laying there and fussing at her about putting on her, picking up her clothes out of the floor, or going to wash the dishes, just stuff that parents do with their children. And nothing can take the place of your child. You can have 20 more, and nothing will take the place of that one, because that was a mold that was made, and there's not another one for her. And so we love you, and we love you to and through your healing. And that's what I have to say, because that was from my heart. I've seen you on the Matriarch channel when I remember your beautiful face like it was yesterday. You live in is it Australia? Uh-huh. And Phoenix didn't tell me that. I just remember your face in the wee hours of the night, because we was on different timelines, and I said, you got to go to bed, because I know it's a different timeline than where we are. And I love you because I'm a mother myself. And that if anything that this circle of matriarchs can do for you, have Phoenix to send you my telephone number, my personal number. And don't hesitate to call me and reach out to me. Now, do you have supportive services, other mothers
I have
support for you?
I have some beautiful friends. But this is the reason why Phoenix and I discussed this. It was because I grieved alone, and I had to do everything alone. I
Right.
had to organize the funeral service. I had to drive myself there when I was in pain. But I had beautiful friends to support me, but no family structure.
Right.
So I did all of this alone. And that's why again, this is a conversation about how we're going through these sorts of events, and we really need to look out for each other, and make sure that no one is actually not only physically handling it, but emotionally handling it alone. And that's why, like with Phoenix, I know my son deliberately went to find her so that I wouldn't be alone. And he went across the other side of the world to give her a message that I needed her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why we was when me and Ro or Rain, we discussed it. We discussed, because I really want this to be like a round circle, like talk, and
Wait a minute, 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Is somebody Rena?
Rain.
Okay. can I is somebody actually got two things going on, because I'm hearing an echo and I can't seem to find out where the echo is coming from. So does anybody got two devices, or do have got YouTube on at the same time with your Zoom? Because I'm getting a lot of feedback and double talking. So if someone has got like your YouTube on or got two devices on, I would like for you to get rid of it because it's messing up the sound.
What about now?
Is that clearer?
Give me a second, because I'm getting a delay in my speaking. Okay, so can you speak again and um start right where you left off at? My apology. It's not doing it now. So apparently whatever was going on is stopped now, because it's interfering with my ability to, to concentrate on what's being said here. So if you could continue. I know that you got to the part where you was talking about it's Rena, right?
Right.
When
Yes.
you were saying that you've had the funeral home somewhat support. And after that, it was a lot of distortion. So could you please start right there for me, please?
Yeah, just probably let us start from the beginning, because she was saying she did not have home support. So she probably needs to start so you can hear. And then also just FYI, it's her son. So I just wanted to just make that clarification. I know he has really long hair, but it's a boy.
Okay, my apology. Yeah, handsome fella, honey. Okay. Well, whether it's a boy or girl, it's still handsome and beautiful. Okay. Look just like you. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. I want you to give everybody your email address so that you can now create now your support group, and that we have a matriarch committee that can provide some women for you to check in. If you could give Rising Phoenix your telephone number for me, okay? I'm going to give your telephone number to select women here in the States that can start to form a support group. Now, don't get overwhelmed, because it's gonna spread like Wi-Fi, because that's what women do. We run to each other's rescue. We're not going to ignore you. So if
No.
you could first of all, verbalize your email address, right? And then put it in the chat on I guess the chat would still show on YouTube, Phoenix. If
She's a
not,
sport girl, so she's a little. I just kind of know her.
okay,
She's
okay, well, Raina, we're a little bit more seasoned than you young people are. And we getting whipped in shape, and I'm still being whipped in shape, okay? But if you could tell us what your email is. Phoenix has your phone number, right?
Yeah, we talk
Phoenix?
all the time. Yeah.
Okay, then Phoenix, you send me a telephone number,
Okay.
and I'm gonna have a select women to call you
Mhm. Thank you, Mama.
on WhatsApp and check in with you and start to love on you and find some women that will support you on a regular basis
Mhm.
until you tell us you don't want us no more. We're gonna love you. And as busy as I am, I'm gonna take some time to call you myself
Mhm.
and get you involved in doing something with us, with the matriarchs, so that you can even have a bigger support group because you're part of the matriarch committee or a matriarch circle. Because
Sounds
you've
good.
already done your declaration, so you're officially in the house. Okay? How that sound to you?
Sounds lovely. Thank you. Thank you, Mama.
You're quite welcome. Now tell us what your email address is.
That's,
I won't give it in
she's a
public.
Scorpio. She's very private. She's not gonna tell it out loud. I already know she
Uh,
knows.
okay. Well, then is it okay if I get some matriarchs from this circle to reach out to you?
Yes.
And how many
Yes.
would you like?
Not too many.
I know, but just give me a ballpark figure, because girl, I can make it small or make it humongous.
Like 3.
Okay. I was thinking 3 was a charm too. So I'll select well, we got the best of the best on all of them, but I will handpick the 3 that will. So you see some strange numbers showing up on your WhatsApp, answer it, because they're from Empress. The people that want to love on you and myself. So it'd be 4 of us.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
But I
glad
just
to
want
see.
So
opportunity to say thank you for this, but also thank you to my sister for just walking me through and just being just the not only the support, but she was just, when I fell, she let me fall. She let me fall apart. And then when I said to her I was ready to stand up again, she was like, I'm here, let's go and let's walk and let's run, let's fly. And I just want to say that without her, I would not be talking here today. So that's a love that I treasure.
Yeah. When you get some more, you're gonna get some more treasuries in your treasure chest. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. So like I was saying, we was wanting this to be like kind of a round circle, but like when she and I were talking about what grief is, and that we feel like sometimes, a lot of people don't maybe know what to do or how to process it or how to be supportive. And so that was kind of one reason she did want to get on here, because she was like, she felt like spirit had allowed her to go through this so nobody else would ever go through this alone, and that they would understand it. And so, like, of course, everybody, the different names the spirit gave me, like one person, which is Alexis, she's a wonderful person who pulled her children out of the school system. And yes, I'm saying school because school means leisure, and started a wonderful at-home learning program. And so that's why, we are going to discuss with her. And then we have Rain. And then like Divinely Sahara, she's just a wonderful doula and spirit person. And she just does so much. She has so many gifts. It's too many to name, but also us discussing how we have healthy relationships with one another. So, and one of my other persons, she not feeling the best, so she wasn't able to join. So we're sending her love and light and protection and covering over her and her family. By saying we love you and we sending you protection and healing, and that you are well and all types of good Reiki energy. So, but I did want to like just if you don't mind, if I could share some stuff just on grief and what grief support is. Is that okay with you, Mother Empress?
No, you don't have to ask me that.
Like this is your class, so I'm asking. So,
No, this is
um,
ours. Never
I,
mind. I don't take on. Okay, let's do some
oh, you
rules
froze up a little
other
bit.
than we don't take. I said we don't. There are no rules, and we don't take. I don't take ownership. Nobody takes ownership or nothing that's created. Whatever's created, we bring to the table for everybody else. If you don't want it to be anybody else, then you don't put it on the table because it don't belong to you anymore. Once you put it on the table, it belongs to everybody.
Mhm.
So when I am a part of something, I may kick it off, or it may be on the channel that I've created, but the channel is for everybody. I don't run nothing but myself. I'm serious. And that's a job by itself. Now put that in your pipe and smoke it, okay? Because
I don't know
I'm a
now.
hand
Oh,
I'm
I make
I'm a
that look red
handful.
wine.
Yeah, I'm a handful. And I'm minding my mind and minding my business. Staying in my lane, doing my part so that we can do
Mhm.
it as a collective. That's the mindset that I have, and that's the way that I desire for everybody else to think that way too, because it's the best practices.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
I yield.
Okay. You know, when mama's talking to you, everybody be quiet. I was raised around enough possible. No big mamas and grandmamas. I'm not gonna say nothing. But I am going to share this right quick, right? So, and everybody can jump in. It doesn't have to just be me and Raina, because to me, everyone has experienced grief, right? Obviously, she's recently experienced a recent grief with the transition of her child. You know, I know I had, you know, my mother and several people, and I think when Dana came to me in the spirit to send me to her, um, I could empathize, definitely could not sympathize, and don't love you much, but don't want to know that pain at all. I don't think any mother wants to, because I had like 4 transitions in like a 2-week period in one season of my life. And then that, I said, if I was going to lose my mind, right, that was going to be the season I was going to lose it. Right. And I think because we live in such a busy time, or what people consider busy, that we're so dismissive and we've become so numb. And we expect people to just go on and say, oh, you'll be fine, or it's time to go back to work. Or, you know, I know when my mother transitioned, I think I was off work 2 days and had to go right back. And when I think back on that, that was insane, like literally insane. And I never forget, my manager said, well, didn't you expect her to die anyway? I don't understand what you're crying about. Right. So,
Insensitive.
mm-hmm.
You know, Phoenix, that's the other thing that if I may interject, please.
Oh, yeah, anybody come in.
Okay. I think that in the healthcare profession right now, they need an overhaul in bedside manners. They need a lesson in grief and
Mhm.
loss
Yes.
of patients that are either being treated or that they was involved with the transitioning of a loved one, because these doctors, like attorneys, are very arrogant. You got the
Mhm.
doctors on one hand that's insensitive to the family of the loved ones that have transitioned, and then
Mhm.
you got the attorneys who trying to rob the estate
Yes.
and come after you for every dime they can get off of you while you're in your grieving. And then you
Mm.
got the greedy funeral home folks that
Come
are
on.
always trying to work the insurance company for the
Mm.
check. And you got all this stuff going on in these times, and these
Mm.
people are taking advantage of us
Mhm.
when we are in our time of grief and not recognizing. But let me tell you what I have created. Y'all
Yes.
don't know this, but Empress uh, when people allow me to, I'll give you a prime example. My neighbor about 5 doors down, her husband accidentally killed himself. He had the gun in his hand, and that was trying to he was trying to leave, and he didn't have the safety on, and the gun went off. And my neighbor across the street told me, you know, down the street, the guy accidentally shot and killed himself. I said, please don't tell me that's my friend down the street husband. And it was. And I went down there, and I knew how I was when my husband passed. I had family members taking stuff out my house. You know, people asking you for stuff, and they're not even gone 24 hours. Can I have his clothes? Can I have his shoes? You know, just all kind of craziness. But I went down there, and I said, I want to help you to make this easy for you. I knew what to do because I had experienced a loss of my husband. And I said, and I know how to do this. If you allow me to help you so you can get through this with less stress as possible. We need more people to do this, to help people. And it can be just like a hospice. They're licensed to kill our family members. Stop letting hospice talk y'all into putting your family members in hospice, because all they're doing is a license to push the transition even farther. And I took care of the body being sent back to his hometown. I took care of shopping for his jacket and all of that, and calling the insurance company for her. And you know, the worst thing that they do, people do, they steal your flowers. They take your loved one's flowers home with them like they entitled to have them. And I said, and after the funeral, yeah, I told her after the funeral, I'm put all the flowers in my car, and we're gonna take them to the repast, and you're gonna tell me what you want who you want me to give these flowers to, and which ones you want me to keep. And I kept what she wanted. I gave what she wanted me to give to who she wanted me to give to. I spoke with the funeral home director to make sure that everything went smoothly for her. And to this very day, that lady thanks me. She said, I don't know what I would have done had you not just stepped in, and I wasn't pushy. I didn't make any decisions for her. I just helped her with making decisions, and I helped her execute them. And we need more people in this business to do that, just that. And do it because you want to do it out of love and out of your own experience, how this thing unfolds and how you would like to see a thing done and being treated, so that you can do the same for other people. Opportunity. And people want to know, can they borrow some money, or can you give them some? Because everybody got a need. Every time somebody close to us pass, a husband or a child, somebody always, well, you know, I need so-and-so, so-and-so. Can you give me, and how much insurance, money did they, just nosy. That's one part of this. And let Mama Rare Bird also tell y'all the other side of this, if I may. And then we go back to the screen, please. Have your affairs in order.
Mhm.
Have your healthcare power of attorney in place. Let somebody know what the insurance policy is, because my mother 2 years ago well, she was supposed to went somewhere with my brother, and my mother found my brother transition in the house after a couple of hours of talking to him, just all of a sudden. And she couldn't remember what a policy was. She was running around, she didn't know, but I had the information to help her to pay for the funeral, call the insurance company, tell them what happened, and my mother was the beneficiary. I gave my mother social security number, and I told my mother that the insurance company, the office done moved. She went up there looking for them. I said, they're not there anymore. These things we must handle.
Yeah.
Okay, no matter how hard it is, we have to make sure these things are in place so that when these things happen, because we came here to leave here, sometimes it's untimely, but nevertheless, we need to have our affairs in order so that it can be less stress. I didn't say it's going to take the hurt and pain away. I just said it lessens it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and on a kind of piggyback on that, and then we'll get to the slide, is not only have your financial affairs in order, but have your spiritual rules or things written out, whether you have it in your will or whatever, because, we technically should not be buried or cremated for 3 days, for 72 hours, right? Because it takes about 72 hours for the spirit to leave the atmosphere or the area. We call that the interlife. And so when you have them hurry up and rush to embalm, the funeral has turned into a ritual, right? So you need to have certain things like that in place. Or if you know that you want to be cremated or buried, whichever one your choice is, like me, I'm getting cremated. You don't want to have family members fussing about that in that time. So have those types of things already done and in place. But from spiritual aspects, you definitely want to have certain things like that in place. Because I'm telling you, a lot of stuff of coming back in loops is how they've done certain things. Just like how we
and how they're stealing and harvesting the
organs, and don't be burying one of all the darn jewelry, and don't be getting no cement vault, because they'll tell you, oh, you don't want no bugs and no water on your loved ones, and they have you spend an extra $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. That's an unnecessary waste of money. So like, get all those things just in order where you like. That's why I'm not gonna even have my children do all that. Like, that's a waste of money. I'd rather them go out, go have a vacation, learn, relax, because it's gonna be enough tragedy having to live without your mom, and go enjoy yourself. Go spend that money on it. Don't spend it on me. I'm gone. I'm better. Yeah. So those are the things we have to do.
And did you mention about how you said that they hurry up, and I love was or not, just because they pronounce I'm gone yet. From my understanding, it takes what is it, 7 days?
It's about 72 hours at least
before the actual full transition.
Before your spirit can leave the atmosphere. You should not bury or cremate or embalm no earlier than 72 hours.
Because it traps the spirit in
right.
in the purgatory.
Yes. Yes, the funeral home people have taken that,
and they can't, and they stuck, and so we need to be right, and we also need to be aware that they like to go into the autopsy to go in and drain the pineal gland of its essence, because those are where they're using the toners in the black ink when they're rubbing the inside of the pineal gland, that gold, that black gold that's around there. See, they use that black gold to put in the ink toners to cast the spells on us with the ink and the toner. The estate.
Yeah, just like we got to watch them coming in as a birth doula, we got to watch them exiting out as a transitional doula. It goes both ways. You can't have one without the other.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
And don't put no organ donor on your daughter.
I trust that y'all listening to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ever put no organ donor. But yeah. But one thing I did want us to kind of bring in, because I know we were talking about the.
So if you guys get those organ. I was just gonna say, if you get your organs on your driver's license to be a donor, take it off.
Mm-hmm.
Take it off your driver's license, and because that's part of your estate.
Mm-hmm.
I yield.
Oh no, you're fine. No, I just want to just bring how we talked about what grief is. And I know we're talking about from the transition, but I think a lot of things that have been not discussed in our community, right, is how we've had a lot of other types of grief, right? Because when I'm working with clients and we're doing past life regressions, because I keep telling people, psychology is study of the soul. Psyche, the root word of psychology is psyche. Psyche is study of the soul. And so, we only look at the quote unquote death, but nobody talks about what if somebody has a divorce. That's a grief. People grieve divorces. That's why you shouldn't jump relationship to relationship. If somebody lost homes, if somebody had to move, if somebody lost their physical properties, the home could have burned down, anything. So people have different states of grief. And so again, part of how we've become so numb and so dismissive, and we really don't care. If, like, even with, I think about that year 2020 when the fake pandemic came in, and all those poor babies who did not have a graduation. Like, I really am so sad for them, because a lot of them were really sad and upset, and a lot of them went into depression, and a lot of those people, those kids got put on medications, and of course, we know the root word of pharmacia is magic. And so we have to be able to let people talk and express and say it's okay to not be okay, and let them get out, and then help them get back up. Like, we don't let you stay there, but let them get it out, let them talk, let them express, because they are here having a human experience. You didn't come here fully God and fully remembering. And so we came here to experience these various emotions. And this is the only planet that we get all these love, happy, sad. That's why people come into almost like an addiction to coming back here, because everywhere else we really don't have a lot of emotions like that. So. So I just wanted to kind of bring that in and just kind of, I guess, do that as a roundtable and, ask Sahara or ask Alexis whether it's, other types of things that don't necessarily have to be a transition. How have you had support or lack of support in those times? And, you as a woman, as a mother, as a matriarch, how do you want to look at things differently with it? Some people were in the labor rooms by themselves, and they grieved that. They wanted somebody to be in there with them. That is to me, that's when I see those videos, that make me so sad to see a woman in there in a labor room by herself, where these doctors have forcibly kept the dads out, pulled a woman in a C-section, took her gift from her along with the placenta, and even is sharing that moment with families and loved ones. It's people that are still grieving and have trauma to the point that they don't even want to have children anymore, because they've gone through those tragic circumstances. That's a grief.
Yeah.
That's a grief.
I can say, like, as far as the younger generation, we have to really step up and be there for our elders. They don't have the support that they should have. My grandfather, he passed a few months ago, and everything was left for my mother and my aunt to handle. But you know, the situation, especially at the height and the peak at that time, like they couldn't do it mentally. And not only, you know, never experienced and having to be in that situation, but mentally they just couldn't do that. And so I mean, it's in me to just step up and do things like that when I see, you know, there's a need. And like Chief said, if you're equipped, then that's your responsibility. You have to step up and be there and do what you're supposed to do. If you don't know what to do, just figure it out. I mean, we didn't come here with a book of life to know how everything is supposed to go, when it's supposed to go, and how you're supposed to do it. You have to figure it out. And you just have to step up and be there for your elders.
Right.
I agree.
Yep, I know I had to do it when my grandmother transitioned to less than 2 years ago, about a year and a half ago. Within 2 hours, my aunt and my uncle was in the ER because they was having heart attacks. Because they just couldn't handle it, even though she had been ill and they knew she was getting ready to leave on, they couldn't take it. And so me and my cousins, which were the grandchildren, had to step in and start planning the funeral because the children who were grown could not handle it.
Yes, definitely. Hello, ladies. Hello, everybody watching. I am the Ra. Empress, if I can speak freely, I would just like to give the lineage of my family before I get started.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I am the great-great-granddaughter of Simi. I am the great-granddaughter of Dot. I am the granddaughter of Marva. I am the daughter of Ramona. And I am the mother to Tegan. What I've noticed is that my family, they actually chose me to be the transitional doula for the family. It's not something I signed up for. It's not something I trained for. It just kind of fell into my lap. When they knew they were about to transition, they said, I want to stay at Sarah's house. And so I had to kind of like learn in the process. But what I noticed, what helps with grief when it comes to families is a celebration of life, which is a living funeral. Right. So we're not going to wait until you transition and we all get together and talk about how great you are. We're going to let you know how great you are while you are still living. We're going to give you your flowers while you're still alive.
Yeah.
And so what I noticed with that is it really changes the mindset of people, because sometimes when someone passes away quickly, you know, you want the family to support, but sometimes you don't get a lot of support from the family, even if it's their own children. Okay. And then when someone transitions, here comes everyone with their hand out.
Yeah.
And like the matriarchs have already mentioned, if we don't have our things in order, that's when all the sharks come out to get what they can. And what ended up happening with one of my family members who spent a lot of time by herself and wasn't very active with the family, she ended up transitioning in her home and someone found her. And so I had to go in and find all the paperwork and make sure that she was set properly. But if we can actually designate someone in the family to do that and know where everything is, then I think it could be a more pleasurable experience for everyone involved. Because most of the time, what I've noticed is that people are afraid to pass. All of my family members, I'm going to speak personally because I'm not going to speak about anyone else that's been a client or anything. But with my family, even the older ones, they told me in the time of transition that they were afraid to pass. And what I think what helps with that is being mindful of being mindful of not just them, but everyone around them, because everyone needs emotional support. You know, sometimes we're not all the way mentally there when someone is passing. And so we start making, you know, all kind of different decisions with people in the family. But I think having this conversation is the first step, because most of the time with people who look like us, we don't talk about grief.
No,
right?
we don't.
People just pass and it's like, okay, we have the funeral. There's people fighting and screaming at the funeral. And then, you know, and then it's the next. But I believe that these type of conversations are really, really, really pivotal, or really important. I apologize, really important for us to have. because most of us are not having this conversation, and it's really, really needed.
Mm-hmm.
I yield.
Yeah. And thank you so much for that. What you were saying about how they are afraid to transition, it can be true. If they don't have, I feel like a transitional doula. I'm kind of like you. Somehow I was the assigned person for my family. It just happened. I was initiated in, my mother originated it, and from there on, I ended up being there for everyone else and then some others. And the thing I've noticed is when a transitional doula is there versus like other people I know where one wasn't there, I notice the people who do have to come in, I guess, and call the time of transition. I'll say, oh my goodness, they look so beautiful or asleep or at peace. Like 20 or 30 or 40 years just come off because you have that stage set. And especially if you talk to them and they know, I know like with a couple of mine, they'll say, I'm ready to go get this prepared. And you don't do it on what you want, but you have their music and their certain megahertz frequency and their lighting and their certain clothing and their certain, whether it's lotions or oils or whatever, let whomever to come around. I know with our family, sometimes our families can act a fool, but we're like, listen, it's not the time for folks to be bigger and arguing and into it. It's bigger than you. Everybody gonna have to sit in this room and get along, and they want to see certain people. And so that's where you have to get out of the childish seat and be an adult and be grown and do what is best, because it's a soul, just like a baby is coming in, a soul is exiting out. And so it's to be treated very sacred and as such. And so, but that's true, because a lot of us we don't have these conversations. But I have seen the difference of those who have had a transition doula and how they look like physically on the shell versus those who have not had one in the room. I can't even explain. You have to see it. It's not even a word I can really use to explain.
No.
I'm looking at my line feed on the TikTok, right? Someone said we're not talking about all the children who lost their father's early life early life to premature death. And then there was someone, 80s baby, NFK said also her and her children said also, no, he says, also me and my children mother is looking for a doula in Louisville, Kentucky area. And I know we're going to be getting you all's giving y'all some information about, doulaship and all of that before we get off the line tonight. So just hold that thought. But anybody want to talk about the fathers? Because sure. I think the reason why the mothers are always the center of the children, because we brought them in. Okay, and that's not to discredit the fathers. It's just a natural order of things. When the children come in, they belong to the mama. They do not belong to the fathers. He gave them the seed, but at the end of the day, they're our babies. What they say, mama's babies, daddy's maybe. Now, that's not to be insensitive to the fathers who leave here prematurely before the children are born, or maybe while they were still young, that the father left. And I don't really have much to say about that. That would have to be somebody else's area.
Like my dad obviously is still here. I mean, we had a cancer scare, and we did rake in, and he's been healed. He had stage 4. But what I will say is, I did grow up in what they probably call the gang time. I mean, I'm a child born in late 70s, so I was a teen in the 90s, right? So I come from a very, very big family of some made people. I'll just leave it at that. They're probably some war chiefs. And so we was having funerals at least every month minimum, probably every couple of weeks, right? And I'm talking about within the family. And then this is not even excluding those who were folks that I was in school. So, I still have folks and cousins who literally never saw and knew their dad. They were arm babies. They were 9-month-old babies when their dads was murdered and killed. And some of it is because, I love my family, but they was living a life, and it's what happened. I don't have I don't think any I know that it's just something like happened. Most of the people I know that if they left early before time, it was because they was in the street. I'm gonna just be blunt. That's my experience from where I grew up during my time frame and where my family was living, like how my folks living. And my thing is the children, yes, but what about their mamas? Because I think that's where I saw more of the pain because a lot of the grandmamas had to be mamas again and raising their babies because some of these, like they were 15, 16, 19, they was teen daddies and teen mamas. They couldn't raise no child. And these mamas had to, I had a lot of my great aunts and all them people had to raise these kids. And so it is tragedy. It's a tragic because they didn't get to know both parents. And I'm sure it's a loss.
And can I add something that's a different kind of take on this as well? And that was what I had, a moment through my grief was when I was speaking to other people that were, they were in pain and they were sad, but there was a light bulb moment where it was like, oh, there is like, this is unique to me. I lost my son. I was his mother. And so even though people can have, an experience with you, it's not going to be as individual as yours. And I think like even with mothers, I still have my son, even though his body is not walking around in this realm anymore, I still have his cells going through my body like right now. And he had my cells in his body. And that's the difference with women is that yes, there's relationships and there's soul connections, but there's also DNA connections where we know physically when our children need to be fed when they're born. Like all of these, there's this connection between us. And so that's the difference. And that's what we're talking about. I mean, as far as women, this is our matriarchal circle. We have these cells in our bodies. And so when they die or transition, it's felt, deep within. And it's unique. And so again, like you can have a brother and a sister that have lost a sibling and they can't ever be the same feelings because one was a sister, one was a brother, and there's a uniqueness in that relationship and into that connection. And so that's where I actually found relief in knowing that I was alone in a sense that it was so individual that no one could completely understand my pain, but that was okay. Like I was okay with that.
Right. Because like if you think about it, they say your grandmother carried you, right? Because when your grandmother carried your mother, she carried you because every egg that that they're going to carry is already within you when you're born from a feminine energy. So I think even sometimes that's why we're sometimes typically closer to the mother side of our family. It's something just I can't explain it, but like even my grandmother's just my mama's mama. When I say my granny, always to me when I even say it, it's weird. I automatically think of her. It's like you just know that that's her. But it's like she knew she could feel me. She just knew. And it was just a different type of bond. But I think even as you're bringing on this vein, I think a group that is not discussed is those mothers who had what we label as stillborns or ectopic pregnancies, right? Because that's a loss and a pain where a lot of those women have had, to me, I call them what it is, which is a murder, right? A spiritual assassination. Because I know they tried to get my mother to abort me and said that something's going to be wrong, whatever. They know who's coming back. Let's keep it real. And so you have a lot of women who have been told they have stillborn children. They don't know. They know that they may have given birth. They know that you don't know. They have certain like cords and things they can stick, they can hit through the brain. And we know that the where the pineal gland, not the pineal, but the crown chakra is soft and it can go through. So you don't know what has occurred. Then I've heard so many cases of women where they've said, oh, the baby's in your tubes is a ectopic pregnancy. And then they C-section, then they snatch the mama's ovaries and tube and leave them with nothing. Try to take their womb from them. And so a lot of these women have grief in their hearts. And because they came home with no baby. First of all, I can't even imagine being pregnant, leaving the hospital. I'll come home with my baby. Like that's that. But see, people don't really, most of them, they'll say, oh, cremate the baby. So that's ignored. And then those who didn't even make it to the baby stage, we connect from the moment before we even find out we're pregnant. I do both times when I was pregnant immediately. I can tell you to that day. So what you're saying, us as mothers and spiritual beings, we're interconnected to our babies. It's a different energy. And so I think that that's another group that needs to be supported because we don't support that group enough either as women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not only that, but we have like a real, like our connection goes way deeper than just this lifetime. Like our children are literally our soulmates. Like lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. Like my oldest daughter, like my last lifetime, she was my mother. So that's a connection. Like I mean, it doesn't matter what you want to say about it. Like it is what it is.
My youngest son was my father. Like I tell my time, I'm like, listen, I am the mother this time. Like I am a parent. But you're right. We are so connected. I can look at our charts, our natal charts. I know they say we don't come with a cheat code, but we really do. I promise it is in the natal chart. It gives you a cheat code. And me and his on one side of our natal chart matches. It's perfectly aligned. We have a mirror chart, even though we're not born at the same time. Other than like one or two planets is off because we've been together that many times lifetime. Like he can know what I'm thinking without me saying it. He know what I need. He knew me better than his own daddy. That's my baby. Yeah. And I know my kids.
And my son was the same. Soon as he could start talking, he told me about our lives together and how we were, partners. And I even joked with him and said, does that mean we kissed? And he was like, oh, gooey. But they know that we've had lives together, many lives together. So
yeah, because didn't he say like he made himself leave so he could come and come in your womb?
Yeah. So he said that again, he was so tiny, but soon as he could talk, and he said, soon as I knew that you were birthed back into this realm, he said, I made myself die where he was so that he could come back as my son. And so I hold hope now that he knows how to sort of jump in and jump out. And so that's another thing that Phoenix and I have healed with is, this could potentially just be a jump out and he'll jump back in somewhere else. So
did y'all see what was the name of that on Prime Amazon where the babies, the man, who was that? Oh, I love the movie. It was about
think about the time because
that was the movie where the children were coming back into the earth. And remember he was playing the saxophone. He finally got a break in music.
It's a cartoon. It's an animation.
Yeah. What's the name of that movie, y'all? I know somebody know the name of that movie where the man had the saxophone and then he had a gig finally and then he fell down the hole in the shoot. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like your mom said, you know what I'm talking about, children. Y'all better tell me the name of that movie. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Natasha. Yeah, it's called Soul.
Oh, we said, yeah.
And the babies, you know, were being transported back so they could get ready to come to Earth. And the one that didn't want to feel like they didn't want to come to Earth. And then came to Earth. But anyway, if y'all hadn't seen the movie Soul, go look at the movie Soul. That movie has a lot of nuggets in it as it relates to us and rebirthing and you know, they used to tell us the older the most seasoned people, 'cause I can't stand to use the word older. The most seasoned people used to tell us that you're supposed to mourn when the baby comes into this realm, and you're supposed to celebrate when people leave it. Now I know that may be hard for folks to grasp because it's a loved one. And so I don't tell everybody, you know how people say, oh, well, they better on the other side. Shut up. Stop saying that. That's insensitive.
Get them.
Shut up if you ain't got nothing to say, and just be there with your lips shut and sealed. I can't stand when somebody say, oh, well, they better off on the other side. Shut up. And when somebody saying, you hear them saying to y'all tell them to shut up. And stop saying that. Because I'll come out of my grief and tell them to shut up. And then I'll go back to grieving. I'm just saying.
Well, I'll tell them don't be coming to my mama funeral or whoever, because you know she ain't like you when she was here. Don't be coming around. I can't stand them folks. You know she ain't like you when she was here. Don't be coming
okay. Why? How is it? Y'all tell me. Answer this question and put it in the chat. I want to know why come damn people fight at funerals?
Because you know why? Because they know that they didn't do what they were supposed to do when that person was here, and they trying to make up for it when they transition. I saw a situation with not me, but a friend of mine, and she was the only one that took care of this person. None of his family was there, the whole city. And then when it comes time, everybody want to get T-shirts made in memory, and throw some drink for the homies, and speak for 12 hours at the funeral. Why you wasn't there when they was going through that? Why you didn't do no natural remedies or fix him no food or go clean up the house or help him run his business when he couldn't run his business when he was sick? That's what the problem is. And then you mad and you want to fight. That's your fault. That's your guilty conscience. Even though I did not want my mother to transition or any of the people I lost, I'd be giving my all to people. I love them. If it's something I want to buy them, I'm gonna give it to them. I'm gonna tell them I love them. I don't care if it's 29 times a day. I don't have no regret. And I'm telling you, like my best friend who transitioned suddenly, I talked to her a few hours before she called. It was very sudden. Nothing was wrong with her, other than she thought she had a cold. And when I got the call and I said, lay down and get some rest, and she said, I may. And then I got a call from her phone from her husband, and he told me she called. I said, what are you talking about? We hung up 2 hours ago. And although I grieved and I was in shock, obviously, I had no regrets because me and my best friend talked so much. I was nothing left on the floor. And that's why folks be feeling like that. And they be mad fake. That's the real deal. They fake.
I know. Just look. And what about the ones who come fashionably late, strolling their ass down the damn aisle?
Want attention.
I can't stand that.
I can't stand it neither, Mom.
I can't stand. I had somebody do that at my late husband's funeral. I literally got up and said, "Will you sit down?" And everybody you ain't seen in 50, 11 years. It's like a damn. Why come it takes a funeral for family members to all come together
because they coming for the food.
No, they ain't coming for no food, girl. They coming for the show.
Yeah. But you know what else I learned too? Some people are addicted to attention. They like to be able to post, pray for me, so and so transition. You ain't even talked to them in 12 years. I ain't praying for you, and I ain't meditating for you, and I ain't lifting you up neither. Because you ain't talked to them. So stop being fake.
First
I
of all,
can't stand it.
you don't have to
Kill my
for
nerves.
somebody to do that. That's an automatic thing. If you've been doing the right thing, the universe will bring those people. But the other thing on the reverse side of that is, oh, you got everybody, when they learn that the person is transitioned, all your house is full, got all the chicken, all the whatever. Oh, and by the way, people steal the cards, the monies that people send, especially them funeral home directors. Y'all better recognize they'll people send money in the envelopes, and they steal them, and then you got all that going on, so y'all just be mindful that people just insensitive, and they make me sick. When it comes to funerals, you have a house full of people the whole time, you ain't getting no rest, and you're trying to make funeral parades, people sitting around all day, you ain't seen them in whatever, but you come to the house and you're sitting around like you've been around for a while. If you ain't been around in a while, don't take your butt around there and sit around and like you got something to say. You ain't got nothing to say, because if you had something to say, you would have been there way before now. And the sad part about this transition is that when it's all over, the funeral is all over, then the people dwindle down. Less than 24 hours, you don't hear nothing. You don't even hear a squeak.
Show down. And the part is when they need you, right? That's why I was saying when how Dana came to me to send me to his mom/my sister, is they need you after the funeral. Yeah. Everybody want to do that when you plan it, but the hardest time, right, is that first year. That first year, because you got to go through every milestone. Even though I know we don't celebrate holidays, y'all know good well, a lot of y'all grew up celebrating, so let's keep it real. So some of y'all had those memories of, and even if it's not that, we used to go to this restaurant. I used to pass this park or this lake. I did. You have those pivotal dates that you have to go through and grieve, and that's why typically after our first year, we used to burn our funeral clothes, because we had to make it as, like you say, Phoenix rising from the ashes. I'm releasing it, and I'm going to be reborn anew, because if not, I'm going to still sit in my funeral energy, and that funeral energy, that grief energy forever. And we have to release it. Yeah, but that's when they need you, especially that first year. That first year is incredible.
Yeah. When my husband transitioned, my late husband, we was married for 23 years. And his last wishes, well, first of all, everybody that was in the room, he said, I want everybody to get out. Just get out, right? So, of course, I'm leaving too. He said, where are you going? He said, I wasn't talking about you.
Right.
But in our moments, while we were by ourselves, he began to speak to me about his transition. He said, if you love me, you'll let me go, because I'm ready to go. You're going to be all right. And I said, I'm willing to do that for you. And I said, so we can now, he said, and I want you to know that I have no regrets, and that I love you. And it pained me, but it was his wishes. He was in a lot of pain. And so I think that we need to honor our loved ones' wishes. And I had him to talk to his children, because I knew that they weren't gonna didn't like the fact that he chose to be cremated, not because he didn't have the money for a funeral. That's what he wanted. And I know that's not normally the traditional tradition that melanated people do. They want a full funeral, and I gave him a full funeral. The only difference was that we didn't roll him down the aisle to a burial site. And doing things in decent and in order. I don't care how good you do it, and try to include people, because I know if I was to tell a story, I did it perfect, right? But they still showed out. And you know what? I just decided that we got through it, and I didn't start anything. I could have went off and all of that, but that's not what he wanted.
Mm.
And now in 2 days, it'll be 6 years.
Mm.
And I had not been over back to that hospital. He transitioned on the 9th of this month, 6 years ago. And I had not been back over to that hospital until I took my sister over on Monday, the same hospital that he transitioned. I had to take her over there because she has cancer. And I've been there all week. And she appreciates the fact that I just help her whatever it is that she want me to help her with.
Right.
But I can't stand these doctors.
Right.
The way they treat people. They won't do nothing for them. But just say go to hospice. And there are remedies, there are homeopathic remedies for these ailments that's taking our loved ones out, and they refuse to do anything other than to keep you comfortable and fill you up with morphine. Because it wasn't the cancer that killed my late husband. It was the damn hospice and the morphine that they pumped in him. And when the morphine something happened with the morphine, a minute for them to get it straightened out. He woke up in the process of the transition. And the first thing he said was, "I'm not dead yet." I said, "Hell no." I said, "Because you still got a lot of life in you, and it's going to take a minute." And they wanted me to push the button. I said, "I'm not pushing this button." And they waited until I left to go get a shower and come back. And they had already pumped him full of morphine, and he was already transitioning because of that. So a lot of times our family members don't die of the ailments that they give them. It's the stuff that they do to them.
Yes. Yes.
And so you all who are out there listening to me, don't let hospice kill your loved ones.
Right.
Don't let them talk you into putting them in hospice to keep them comfortable so that they can start to pump them full of morphine. And then the nasty part about it is when they come back to get the hospital equipment from your house, then they steal the damn morphine with the stuff. And I had to call them on. I said, that guy who came to my house to pick up this bed, he got 1 hour to bring that morphine back to my house before I called the police. That morphine was back on my porch within an hour.
Wow.
And so a lot of times these healthcare providers will steal the pain medications and all the narcotics that are sitting around. The family members will do it too. So these are a lot of stuff that go on around this transition time.
Right. And you're right. It's many other forms of therapy. You have acupuncture. You have aromatherapies. You have hypnotherapies. You have hydrotherapy, which is getting in the water, doing hydro things. You have reflexology, which is where it is. I mean, there's so many different points in our body where we can be healed. Like if you really knew, there's 50 trillion cells in the actual avatar body. There's 72,000 aura or entry points that can go. That's why the acupuncturists or the those who do the reflexology, they can come fix your lung from touching just literally on your hand. right?
Yep.
So it's so many different things. And I can pull some up, but anyway, it's other options.
Reiki.
It's other options. Of course, yeah,
Yeah.
we have Reiki. We
Yeah.
have it's so many. It's so many other options. They don't have to do that. They choose to do that, right?
Yeah, but the other thing too is a lot of our family members believe in the white coat.
They do.
They
Yeah,
won't listen to us.
Mm-hmm.
They you'll bring something over for
Mhm.
them, and be like, no, the doctor, we got to ask the doctor. I don't, they'll refuse it. But they'll listen to the doctor, the very one that's actually doing the harm to them.
Making them literally sick to death. Sick to death. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I spent 3 days. And because the privacy of her, I can't show you what she looked like Monday and what she looked like before I had to leave her for a couple of days. And the difference in what she looked like from Monday to yesterday, which was, what was yesterday? Thursday?
Thursday. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wednesday, night and day by distilled water and hydro peroxide, the food grade, and the hemp and the CBD and the black seed oil. Bought life.
Everything.
She didn't look like death anymore. And she called me today. Her spirit was good when I left her. And she called me today and said they came in the room and told her that they wouldn't go give her palliative care, that she needs to go on and transition to hospice, and that killed her spirit. If I had been able to get to that hospital today, they would have heard some shit from me today. And so now they broke her spirit. And I can't get back to her until Sunday, but that's all right. And a lot of times, people come over to your house and they all loud and just obnoxious.
Yeah, but you need to heal under certain energies and megahertz frequencies. Like, I want to show them real quick. This is what your whole body aura really looks like when I say this over 72,000 entry points. This is why I say acupuncture, reflexology, Reiki. This is why this kind of stuff works. Like, all this is the various of what your essence of your soul. This is why they always messing with our pineal gland, because it's literally connected to all of our various organs. So when we understand and understand who we are and what we are from a soul perspective and how it literally does tie into our body, then we'll look at it differently and we'll move differently. Because you're not just chakras, you a whole being. You're interconnected. You're interconnected all the way through. And it's 72,000 entry points. And each one attaches to different places and different organs. And once people really recognize that, they will look at themselves differently. They will move differently. I'm telling you. So we're not just talking new age talk, like they like to say. This is old, ancient, before time was time. This little stuff they got is new. These ain't nothing but a little couple 150 years old, which they experimented on us and used our cells and our placentas and our
particularly with our babies.
With us.
They're dangerous around our babies and our elderly family members. Very dangerous.
Yes.
They should not be allowed to have access to them.
And that's the perfect segue to why we need to get them out of these school systems and at home learning. I want to share, Alexis, I'm gonna let you talk because you're leading, and she like a lot of other moms that pulled their children out of the systems, and I don't know if people can see it or not, but she kind of took stuff that was from knowledge schools, but she also has been taking like different classes in the academy along with other things, and she's built a curriculum of like 4 subjects, and which is like language, arts, math, science, social studies, reading, spelling, grammar, and good citizenship. But then she has her survival skills, like self-control, like a whole bunch of other stuff, and I'll let her go through it. But and then a whole schedule in which she's created, right, for her babies. And I want her to really go into it, because this is what we have to do. We have to get our babies out of this system. We have to teach our babies. And so I kind of want to hand you the floor, because I think this is very important. As much as, yes, we're doulas and we're there with them and bringing the babies in, it's not going to do any good if they're going right into that system and then they're getting all the shots. So this is why I think this is, to me, a continuation of the whole doula talk.
Yeah.
So when I started having like a spiritual awakening, I started to realize really what they've done to us and how they were able to do it. And it's basically, they started from birth, really from birth. And when you sit and you think, just like, how would life be right now just if you knew who you were from birth? Not even just if you knew who you were, and like personally, but also like as a people, like the whole world would be different right now.
Yes, it would be, girl. You better say that thing.
And as long as we've been in school, like all these years we've been in school, like school did not prepare us for life.
Did not
at all. So that's what I really wanted to build, like not even my curriculum, but that's how I wanted to raise my children. They need to know who they are. They need to know, their abilities. They need to know what to do with them, how to control them, how to access them, And it's just, I feel like the school system, well, it's not even, I feel like they intentionally kept our children away from accessing who they are and their
divinity. It's accessing their divinity so that they can harvest their energies the way they want to. They program our children. And it's sad that we didn't know that we gave them access to our children to access their divinity, or block them from the divinity so that they could use us as slaves and harvest our children's organs and harvest their blood, shoot them up with shots, and that dumbed them down and made them incoherent with themselves. It's horrible. So I commend you, Alexis, for the awareness. I do plan to get with you once things are settled, that we're going to look at funding your school. Don't think I hadn't already been thinking about. She told me about you. I figured I'd wait till I come with a check.
Come on now.
When you see me.
I love it.
So go ahead, tell us a little bit more about what you do with your children, with the curriculum that you created for them, and how long you've been doing it.
So really, I've really only been doing it for a few months. So I had got it into my mind, like I was going to take them out of school. And by the end of that week, they were already withdrawn. It just so happened that we live in Texas, and Texas is one of those states that, they're pro homeschool.
Yeah.
And they don't make it hard for you. So if anyone's in Texas, you can look up the Texas Homeschool Coalition. And even if you run into any issues with withdrawing your children from school, like they'll step in and they'll help you. But a lot of these states, they do try to give you issues.
They think they own your children. And that's because of that freaking birth certificate.
And that placenta, that second birth.
Yeah. And they minds, they think because they got the placenta, that gives them the right to the actual person, the spirit. And I say this all the time, the spirit was first, y'all. And because the spirit was first, that manifests in the flesh, first in line, first in time. So the first trump anything after that. So you were spirit first, so they don't own you because the spirit owned the body, not the other way around.
Yeah. Talk to them.
Did y'all get that? I said you were spirit first. And it's housed in the body, that manifests in the body. Listen to what I'm saying. And because it was first that manifests in the flesh, that means that it was first. And first in line is first in time. So therefore, they cannot have and trump the spirit. The spirit run the body, not the other way around.
Yeah. Right.
So you talking to spirit. Don't be talking to my flesh, because my flesh is not the boss of my spirit. It don't tell the spirit what to do. The spirit tell the flesh what to do.
Right.
Because that's your God self, and it trump anything else.
Sure do. Right.
Now,
and you have to realize that's why by the age of 8, I don't know if people know, in the school system, right? Because that's why, I end up getting degrees, so I probably could learn the system. By the age of 8, they have already diagnosed if they're going to put your children, if they score on these tests average, below average, or below basic, or whatever, that they're going to put them in the criminal justice system. So essentially, they're already trying to preset them up for the prison industrial complex. They've already said the prisons that are being built, or that they were trying to build, are not for these current people. It's for what they have put for an 8-year-old, right? And that's why the whole medication, while the false diagnoses of an ADD or ADHD, it's false, or autism, it's false, not real, right? All of these things. And so you have to know they experimented on their children first before they came to ours. That's why all their children is on meth and all this stuff, because when you're on those ADHD drugs, that's called a gateway drug. And so when they start very young, they have even 2- and 3-year-olds on those that they've diagnosed, and then they can't get high anymore. And then that's why they start moving them more and more. That's why y'all under cabinets taking formaldehyde and stuff, and under there and mixing and making stuff, because those ADHD products is a controlled substance. It's literally controlled, just like cocaine and the crack. It's literally a schedule, I think 3, right? So that's what you're giving a child, is something that's equivalent to if you were literally going to give them cocaine raw. That's what it is, and it's considered a gateway drug. That's what they don't tell you.
And gateway means access to what you're looking at, that I put up on the screen. So those of you that know this, that what I have on the screen, humor me. For those who have never seen it before, you might want to look at it again yourself.
Yes, right.
So be patient with your sisters and brothers who ain't seen it. This is a picture of the brain. Okay, do y'all notice they never show the back of the brain? The reason why they don't show the back of the brain, they scared you're gonna find out where your divinity is. Now look at that top picture. And Alexis, can you tell me that top middle picture with the eyeballs in there, the one that says the base of the brain? Can you tell me what you see there?
Oh, the man sitting in the middle.
You damn right. And ain't no man, by the way. See how they done programmed us and wired us? Everything is, and I ain't hate no men. I love myself some men folks, okay? I love y'all. So don't be saying Empress hate men and all that. I don't. I love you all. I love you all, and you have your significant places. But right now, we need to find a balance and stop naming everything masculine.
Mhm.
That is unisex. How
Right.
about that one? That we're both. So therefore, we have to find a balance. But humor me for a minute, because God ain't no man.
Come on now.
God is not masculine.
No, it's not.
God is feminine and masculine all together balanced. The yin and the yang.
Yes.
Okay? So let's just get it on out so y'all can put that in your pipe and smoke it and put it on your TikTok. The Empress said that. Because I know how some people is. They try to twist my words, and I'm being real clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
That we have to balance ourselves, that everything ain't he. That's what I'm saying. And don't get mad at me, because you know I'm telling the truth. Now let me get back to my picture. So you see your divinity sitting there. That's what they kept from us. So now you're able to actually look at what they blocked us from. That little spirit entity is your God seat, and God is sitting on the seat waiting for you to go in and tap into your power and rewire yourself, because those blue and red wires in the brain, they program the brain to keep from your divinity, because your divinity is sitting inside the brain. Yes, your divine mind, your God mind, your God self. And so that God self of you, tapping into that is what they don't want you to do. Because once you tap that right there, it happens. You can think a thing and whoosh, it's done. The mind of God.
That's what they based the whole hard drive of the computer. Literally, they tried to, they couldn't, but that's what they literally tried to base the computer off of.
Okay, you see that chip? Where them two eyes at?
That's the H.R.I.M horse going up to
that's the computer chip.
You
better than they designed the computer based off you. Now, all that little cap is on that head. That's where the pineal gland at, and the other two, the two eyes right there. That's the pituitary and the hypothalamus gland. So all three of them is called the three wise, what they call men. Okay, and so now you got the fat stomach. You see the stomach sitting there, and then you got the wings. And you see them 2 feet hanging off the seat. Y'all better know it's sitting on the reptilian brain side of yourself. And so when you sit on when you tap into your divinity and understand that you work from inside out, and that you were spirit first, that was what was kept from you, is that you are God, and that you are better than a computer.
That's right.
But what did they do? They dumb you down with technology. We used to remember phone numbers. You used to remember your grandma's phone number, your aunt's telephone number, your cousins, some of your people at school used to remember them numbers. You can't even get you to remember. Some of you don't even know your own mama's cell number, because all you do is look at, just hit a button. I can tell you my old telephone number. I can tell you my grandma's telephone number for back in the day, and she been gone a long time. 704-482-4752. My childhood number was 049. My best friend number was 704-482-9885. I can remember these numbers and still can. Can y'all remember some of y'all numbers that you should know? Do you know your best friend's telephone number from the childhood?
That's why people
Because
get
you
diagnosed with
have
early
the ability to be
Mhm.
you are a walking computer.
Yeah, that's why they
Now,
get people are diagnosed with earlier stage dementia or Alzheimer now, because people aren't utilizing the brain. That's what's going on
yeah,
now. Mm-hmm.
that's right. You see this you see the inside of your divinity,
Mm-hmm.
the circle of Willis,
Mm-hmm.
sitting there right there, look like you're sitting on a cross.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the what is that? The Men in Black,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and that they was in the morgue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember that scene? And that face opened up, and that
Mm-hmm.
little man was sitting there inside there in that little seat. Well, that's what this is.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. So now you know where your God seat is. Take your butt home
Mm-hmm.
and rule from the higher self and
Yes.
from your divinity, because that's waiting on you right there. That's
Right.
what's been kept from you, is that right there. And that's the first thing I do. I get people off the religion diet
Mm-hmm.
and the Jesus diet.
Yes.
You Jesus and God and Satan and all that is sitting right there.
High and lower self. And you know what? It's not by accident that the first thing they want to do is put them drops in that baby's eyes,
Yeah.
because they're trying to shut you down, and they're trying to recalcify your pineal gland, because they know that you are already turned on, and they're trying to shut you down before they give you a shot. They cut the cord and put something in the eyes because they're trying to shut that down. They got
no, before they do anything, what they do, they spank you and put trauma on you.
Yeah, trauma. Yeah. But they try to mess with that Jacob's ladder, those eyes and the back, which is really the Jacob's ladder, the Kundalini.
Yes, hon. That Kundalini.
Yes, the real Kundalini. People be saying
that's right.
That's the seat of the soul. What you think is astrology, that's really all you and your various organs. It's inside of you. You everything. You the map. You the tree of life. That's you.
You ever look at the digestive system? Anybody? Anybody just take some time to look at the digestive?
Mama, ask them how many chakras they think it is. Ask them, do they think it's 7 or more than 7? Ask them it.
Okay, so how many chakras y'all think that you have in your body? They tell you in the Bible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Talking about only 144 gonna make it in.
144,000 people over here, Jehovah's Witnesses, not getting on your nerves on Saturday.
They lied to us, y'all. They lied to us. But go ahead and tell them, Phoenix.
Well, you're right. So it's a couple answers. You have the tree of life is the 32 chakra, but you have the 72,000 nodules, 72,000, which is 144,000. Right.
That's right. Oh man, my thing went down. I didn't know my phone was on be charged up.
But that's why we have to go back to teaching, because see, back in our ancient days when we taught the astrology and astronomy and how to use your telekinesis and be telepathic. Like that's what Alexis is doing with her children when she pulls them out the system. She's trying to again re-give them back themselves, because see, everybody want a handout, but what Empress always say is, I'm gonna give you back you. And that's one thing I really love that she say, because you are who you've been waiting for. Everything you have is already locked inside you. You are your higher selves, your spirit guides, like you say, you are your God and your devil. All the information is locked in, the keys of life, the tree of life, everything. And so that's what I love. And that's why, when I was seeing what she was doing, and she was like, when she came and was asking about astrology and stuff, so she could add it to the curriculum for the kids, I was like, yes, because this is what we used to do before they took it out and made it a miseducation system. Miseducate. And people don't know school, literally, go look up the root word of school, SKOUL. It's leisure. I mean, they up there just wasting time.
12 years. And they get them and keep them for 12 years so they can slow them down, and they don't get to go outside and play and be in the dirt. And even then, they made the playgrounds with that what asphalt or the concrete, or either the false grass. And we used to play in the dirt, play mud, make mud pies, and these things were energies for us. And climb the trees and sometimes hug them, you know. But we used to climb fruit trees and be down off in the creek and digging for worms. And I know I did. I don't know about nobody else, but I barefoot all summer long, you know, and feet just as dirty when I come in the house, smelling like June bug juice. You know, kids still sometimes smell like June bug juice, but we used to smell like June bug juice, beetle juice, uh, all kind of juice. We used to
Smelling like
catch the
outside.
lightning bugs and enjoy nature, especially in the summertime. You didn't have to go to school and you had a good time. You got all scarred up, be out there jumping rope, riding your bicycle, moving around. Now you can't even get these children's eyes off the damn uh, um, phones and computers and laptops and iPads, and they can't even drive. I'm afraid of them because everywhere you go, just tomorrow, I want y'all to do a survey. Wherever you go, just take 5 minutes to sit there and look around and see how many people faces in the phones. And how unplugged folks are. But you see this in testing. That's why we need to teach our children SOS. Y'all know what SOS means? The science of self. See this? See that little eye right there? That little green thing they call in the gallbladder? That's the soul that they've been stealing out. That's why I always say, let us remove the we're gonna remove your gallbladder. Okay. And what happens is they stealing the souls of the people by taking the gallbladder out, saying that it's bad or something wrong with it. But that's the seed of that's the soul right there, y'all. They taking that little green thing out of you and stealing your soul.
Right there in their solar
yourselves. So when they go on about, oh, your gallbladder bad, well, it's gonna damn be bad because you ain't gonna take it. Let it do what it do. But you ain't gonna take it. And a lot of people, a lot of us are trapped in our bodies because they done stole the soul.
Yep.
And when you go in to have some surgery, they down there just snatch the damn gallbladder out and you don't even know it.
Right.
That's just for FYI, y'all.
And I just feel like this starts from the beginning. Like, and I guess I want to ask H.R.I.M, like, I know you're a doula too, and you've been working with moms and people. A lot of this has to start with what we call, I guess, informing them from the beginning, like from when they're pregnant. So when the baby's first out with the megahertz frequencies and everything we're doing, the massaging touches, people don't know how important it is to do the certain massaging touches on babies and on moms. What have you been doing so we can make sure that from the beginning, like how Alexis, I know she's done it because her children are young, so it's wonderful what she's done, but how we could continue to do this and try to help the moms and the families to just start, even if it's a small thing.
I agree. I believe what's really important is that we are made of energy, frequency, and breath. Right. So I totally agree. I believe that we are all Skywalkers, and we came through the vessel of our parents or our mother. And prior to this incarnation, we were stars. That's why we call ourselves light beings. And so I think what's actually really, really important is what Alexis, I don't want to pronounce your name wrong, I apologize if I have, what she is doing is really important. I also homeschool my children. They have never been to a school building, right? And so what I noticed about that is what's really important is emotional intelligence. Because sometimes when we keep our children at home and all they have is the parents, when they go out into the real world, it's like, well, I didn't know people did that. Like they have a hard time connecting, right? If it's not done correctly. But what I noticed is that's really, really important is something that's actually missing right now. And that's our Aboriginal Indigenous ways. I believe that if we were to go back in time, children went through a rites of passage from breath to bereavement. Right? We celebrated birth. There was a rites of passage for birth, for their name, once they reached a certain age. So when we say they don't come with the handbook, like Raising Phoenix said, they really, really do. And if we were back in the ancient times, we would have the wisdom keepers and the grandmothers and everyone to tell them who they are, because they know exactly who you are before you get here. Right. And to have that map is really, really important. I've seen that was actually on the curriculum, right? Which I think is really, really important. Now, Raising Phoenix, what was your question again?
As far as like with the people that you've kind of just encountered or you worked with, what do you do? Like, how are you trying to do it from pregnancy to post? Because a lot of times people I always say they colonize and then monetize the doulaship, right? Whether it's transition doula, birth doula. And they think it's over after the baby comes out, but it's not. We never cease to stop being the doula, which they now kind of call godmothers or whatever. What have you done to try to help the moms kind of in this journey so we can, because we're on course correct right now. We're in a transition, we're in that in-between stage. So we're course correcting.
Right. The main thing that I focus on is their emotional well-being, right? Because when the mommy is pregnant, it's very important. There is a chakra that's being developed while the mommy is pregnant. They call it, it's called the primordial chakra. Well, that's before you actually get here. And so with us actually knowing that, it's connected to the earth chakra and the root chakra and different things like that. When we start talking about the different energy centers. So my main focus is mommy, right? How is mommy doing? How is she feeling? Making sure her voice is heard throughout the process. And then always making sure that she is taken care of and that her needs are met, right? And then when mommy has the baby, like Raising Phoenix has taught us, we don't leave. We are godmama, right? You need help. Like if you want to rest, I'm here. You need your foot rub, I'm here. You need your back rub, I'm here. Because I believe that's what a doula is supposed to do. I believe that is our position, is to stay engaged. Because when we think about the whole process from breath to bereavement, babies come in a certain way. And then when we leave, it's very similar. People are fragile. They normally, that's when they tell you they want to review their whole life story with you and let you know how they feel and all the things that they forgot to do, and which it is the most precious,
it's so
precious time that I've ever experienced is watching someone transition, because that is a very, like Empress had mentioned, that is the soul leaving the body. I'm not saying that we are going to die, because we know we are just, our soul is in this vessel, and like that has already been mentioned, we are not male or female. Like our soul, it doesn't have a gender. It's this body that has a gender. And so just making sure that mommy is well taken care of and that her needs are met, because what we have to focus on after baby is mommy's mind.
Yes.
Right. We tend to skip over that.
Yes.
And mommy goes through a lot of different things unnoticed. But if we keep an eye on it and we're proactive and we make sure that we are checking in with mommy, and I believe in teams, right? So the everything. So if I'm out of town, there's another doula. If she needs some sort of vibrational sound therapy or breath work or nutrition, right? We have different peoples within our Ladies of the Light network that are able to provide those different services for mommy. So mommy actually gets wraparound services. Mm-hmm. That's what I think is important.
Right. Yeah. Thank you for like saying that, because you're right. Because it was interesting you mentioned chakra. People forget that the placenta, matter of fact, when we go next week, I'm going to teach on the placenta, the forgotten chakra.
Yes.
The placenta itself is a chakra. And it's the forgotten chakra, and it's the reason they want to take it and why they call it a life. So right. That's one other thing as well. And then like you were saying with the mom, I was thinking back, like, what happened to my great-great-grandma and them who had 18 kids? I mean, I got family. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not making up a number. I have a family, a grandparent that has 18 children. Another one that had the 9 and 10. And how do we go to having either 0 or 1 if you're lucky? And then the generation behind me, they don't even want children.
Some of them can't have children. They struggling.
And so a lot of them says, oh, I can't afford.
Well, a lot of times they're not having
the support. And that's why I said we have to get back to support.
Because go ahead, finish.
But no, that's what I was saying. We have to get back to the support, because I know, like, for me, my cousins was really more my siblings. I don't even look at my cousins as cousins. We were raised, we call ourselves still to today the original 6. And Big Mom, like our moms, we literally swapped paths. We went from Big Mama's to one auntie to my house to, because it was all the sisters. The sisters was pregnant together. I got cousins, I call them almost twins. We're 2 weeks apart. It's another one, they're a month apart. The sisters was getting pregnant together. And so everybody shared. And so I think that's why people don't really mind having children. So that's what we have to get back to. That's part of why I wanted us to do a Matriarch Circle, is we have to build that back in. Sometimes family may not be blood. Right?
That's right.
If family ain't blood, that's okay. It's okay. Because again, like you said, we're spirit. And like Mother Empress said, the spirit came before the body. And sometimes we may have chosen to incarnate in the bloodline to assist them or to help them or to clear their karma or whatever we did. But if they don't have that energy and needs, spirit's gonna send me what I need. But we need to build that village though. And we have to build it. To me, I'm more passionate because of that one behind me. We had already started reducing the amount of children we had, but the one behind me, when I hear them and they say, I literally, because a lot of them call me auntie, I think when she gets 35, 40, you auntie to everybody.
Right.
I said, Lord, I don't officially got old. Auntie, they say, I can't afford to have children. I don't know what to do. I don't have help. And so that makes me want to cry, because although my mother was transitioning, I had the woman from the neighborhood, people who were strangers that would be there, that gave me information. Like, we have to just get back to that. And we have to support mom, because a baby ain't going to be good if the mom ain't good. And we're not just saying, oh, it's about the woman, but it is. Because she's the main primary caretaker. Let's call her what it is.
Why you think this earth is populated? Yeah.
Yeah. She's the first teacher. She's the first instructor. Like Alexis, before she even decided to do a curriculum, she already had gave them a curriculum, and how she loved them, how she hugged them, how she spoke to them. Her children, they talk, even the young ones, they speak so, they're so intelligent. I can tell she did not baby talk to them. She has always been there. She just finally decided to take them out of school. She's been teaching.
Mm-hmm. One thing I loved is what Raina had mentioned in regards to our children always being connected to us, because scientifically speaking, we know that the umbilical cord, if you got a belly button, you still got your a little bit of your placenta attached. And we know that when when we are carrying baby and we are with baby, we share that energy source. And when we have the baby, or when the baby passes away, we still have the baby, we still have a piece of our child in us, because we still have our belly button. And so I like how Raising Phoenix teaches how we should wait until all the blood is out of the placenta, because we are waiting for that. We want their whole soul to come into this incarnation. We don't want to cut anything off. And so I think that was a valid point that Raina made, is how we are, regardless if our baby is here or not, our child is here or not, we are always still connected, and we hold a piece of their DNA within us.
That's powerful. Yeah, I love that.
And I wanted to remind these young people, the reason too that if some of them are attempting to get pregnant, right? And they're not doing that, that's because like one of the things they're doing is messing with corn and putting stuff in the corn to make people sterile.
Oh, okay.
Okay, y'all hear what I'm saying to you? I'm saying that corn is not good for you to consume because they have used the corn to sterilize both men and women. And they're putting stuff in the food to also sterilize you.
That's correct.
And don't pay all the money going to these doctors. Because I'm telling you, I have had people and clients come to me that you do a good old Jonas thing, and maybe what they call it Reiki. I don't care what name you give it. It's energy healing. It's like how the old folks say, let me lay hands on you. Basically, I'll see you later, Miss Turner. Let me lay some hands on you. That's all it is.
Let me go get you a yoni egg.
Yes, and they was pregnant the next month. So people have paid $10 and $15 and $20,000 on in vitro and all of this stuff, and these people are trying to create these things, and they're not even natural. And we already still have it. A lot of it is how we eat, right?
Yep.
I'm saying plant-based, that's real. It helps with pregnancy, it helps with fertility, helps with post. But it also is sometimes just good old, we have to get back to our Jonas things, our good old baths with our herbs and stuff, and it's certain things when we choose to do it. A lot of that stuff is stuff we did that Big Mom and all them have been doing forever. We have to get back to, like you said, our indigenous, aboriginal ways, our ways. This is
our culture,
yes,
which was matriarch. The patriarch is the one that's butchering us up.
Mm-hmm.
And also stress has a lot to do with it too. So stress, and they've deliberately made this realm, the system, and just like bombard us with stress. And so again, if you're thinking about trying to conceive, stress is going to be a big factor to that. And then I know personally with me when I was breastfeeding and I felt like I wasn't getting enough through to my son, and I wasn't, because I was actually in a really stressful environment, and that reduced my milk production. And so again, this is where checking and making sure that we're like our nervous systems are being supported, and the environments in which we're in, because again, like everything that affects the mother will affect the child. It's a flow-on effect. And so yeah, and that's, again, like I said, this is the system. Not only do they want to poison us with pharmaceutical or through the food, but they actually want to poison us with the energy of, like I said, stress and segregating us, and and just putting all of that kind of energy on us, doom and gloom, lack mentality, all of that stuff is still considered a diet that you consume. And and this is where, again, the sister support really will empower us.
Yep,
and
that's
bring
that
us
root chakra, sacral chakra, because they got it calcified, and your root chakra is your survival, and then your sacral is where your reproductive organ. So if you're constantly, like you said, in stressing, and that's why you have women sitting in more masculine energy, and sometimes men in more feminine, because they've been more pampered. Like, let's just really call a thing a thing. And so you can't reproduce if you sit in a lot of that, because again, we're in a body, but we're a soul. Like y'all said, we got all hormones. So if you're not able to produce what you need to do, because you're sitting in masculine energy. So we have to get back in our feminine energy. Like I say, if you're not here to take care of the matriarch, what is you here for? Because that's what we brought you to the planet.
Look, if you ain't got in touch with your feminine energy, y'all, you're in balance. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with having a little feminine energy. I ain't say go all the way over there and cross dress and do all that. I don't know if you do. That's you, do you. But I'm just saying, I'm just saying that we have to find a balance and come out of my cool. And down there in that masculine, everything masculine. He. Only time you ever hear something named a she is a car. And you ride the tires off of her. Or you call her a cow. Come on home, Bessie. You know, only time there's that. And also, let me tell you what else is fueling this thing. Whether y'all have thought about this or not, you know, I'm a deep thinker. I can be in my world and think about some stuff, y'all, and make you go, well, think about this. Do you ever hear them killing the bull to eat him?
No, it's always the cow.
Do you ever hear them killing the rooster and killing the rooster?
No, it's the chicken.
They're always killing the female and its babies.
Right. That's right. Yeah. Having you
think
eat
about that. That's a ritual.
It is.
That they'll savor the male's life. And when they get through producing with the female, they don't most of the time let her live out her life. You know, first they want to yank her ass up and kill her, you know, and eat her.
But even down to nature, that's why people have allergies, because they literally cut down the feminine trees and put masculine trees, and that's why you have allergies. That is literally it's been an attack even on the trees, even on every area.
And that's why we have sinus problems too, because there's too much pollen from the male trees trying to find the female ones, and they've taken them away. And they deliberately did that too, to make sure that the female trees don't bear fruit, because they don't want us to have anything for free.
It's too damn bad.
The trees, because we have the crystals and stuff. We was connected to our energy.
But look, that's too damn bad, whether they want us around or not. We ain't going nowhere. Because if we go somewhere, then that means your ass ain't gonna be around to produce shit.
Go ask Easter Island why they got them heads sitting up there, because they thought they was gonna have an all-male planet. Go look and Google Easter Island. People are taking their tails all over there, taking pictures near the big heads. You know, they was all stoned because they was gonna be having all things full of men and realized they couldn't produce without no one.
That's so go out there and plant some female trees, y'all. Cross-pollinate so that it can produce life. Because that's what we do. We produce life. You can't bring it in. How else you gonna live? I'm just, y'all. This funny. Okay, I just want to know what this planet would look like with all just men here.
It would die out.
I'm gonna run now. I'm gonna cut the camera off. Never come back. I want to know what y'all think this planet would be like with without the feminine energy here. All us leave. Y'all want us to get up off this planet? Just think about what it's gonna look like if we do.
You better pay attention to this weather. You better see how Oyana has been having that tornadoes, and she was all in Detroit, Michigan. Michigan don't even be having tornadoes like that. All these volcanoes erupted because she's like, listen, you're gonna either figure it out or I'm gonna help you figure it out. She run the wind.
I'm just saying. You try to kill us. You ain't gonna kill us off. That's just going right there. You can try all you want to.
Y'all forget water holds memory. Water is a feminine energy, which is why you come in water, and water holds memory. And they better be cautious, because I'm telling you, 2025, the reason the Spirit has this discussion going, I'm telling you, if you're not in line with the feminine energy by 2025, you're in trouble. Because the eclipses are going to come under that Virgo, that big mama energy. See, you don't have to believe me. The thoughts don't tell yourself. And then that Jupiter, it's a double feminine energy next year with Virgo and Cancer. And it's going on to 2028. And it's like eclipsing out that Pisceonic patriotic lying ass energy that they did it under when they did their goddamn speech.
Them rose-colored glasses.
I don't gotta do nothing. I'm just gonna let it do what it do. And you keep on showing they can see eclipses come to eclipse thing. They bring things in and they'll take you out. Your ass be taken out. I don't gotta light a candle. I ain't doing no spell. Y'all not gonna have me hollering and cussing. I'm gonna just let you sit here and I'm gonna let you eclipse yourself out. Spirit gonna do it for you.
I know. So y'all don't have to worry about if folks doing what they doing. Just wait till 2025.
Grandma say, keep on saying good morning.
Now, I'm gonna be honest. We have to tell them the truth, Phoenix, y'all. You gotta tell them who was first on this earth. Go on and tell it. Because if you don't, I will.
Well, they gotta know because they ask them, what can you produce a baby? You over here trying to beg or fight over, trying to put a baby up in.
Well, we ain't came from no ribs. I want to know those religious folks who teach that a woman came from a man's rib. Show me a woman that came from a man's rib, and I'll kiss your toes, all 10 of them. I want to know if you can bring me a man that the woman came out of his rib. I'll wait.
Just say hella cells. You don't have to say nothing but hella cells.
Inbox me and show me where a woman came out of a man's rib. That's part of the issue, if not all of it. You gotta start right there. A woman didn't come from a man's rib. And last time I checked how we got here, unless y'all mess with them test tubes and growing shit, that's unnatural. Okay, so the only natural way to get here on this realm is through a coochie.
The first guy was your mother.
And if you got a belly button, you came here through a coochie. So therefore, stop hating on the coochie because you came here through a coochie if you got a belly button. And a coochie is sacred.
It really is. It really
when
is.
a baby passed through a woman, vagina, coochie, that's the most sacred spot to ever be in.
Every feminine energy is a stargate in a portal. I know we like to talk about all the stargates that's in Australia and the Grand Canyon. Every woman is lit. Think about it, because you're coming from a spirit realm to come into the physical, to come out of this hole. That is a stargate. Every feminine energy is a stargate.
Okay, well, let me just put another one in your ear. You ready? Phoenix and Divinely and Renee, Renee?
It's right. Look, you act just like our grandmas. They can't
right.
remember.
Girl, don't be acting like you don't know who I'm talking to. Alexis. I just want to and I'm talking to folks on TikTok too. I'm going to be back and forth. I want to ask this question. Do y'all men folks think y'all can break a baby in this realm? I just want you to think, would you take that responsibility to bring the babies in now? I just want to know. Do you think we would be populated on this earth if we depended on them to bring the babies in?
If they knew it, that they closer they got to transitioning out of here was every time they pushed.
Look at Ross say no, Jay say no. Look at the men answering. Do you ever think about whether you know how I would feel for you to bring another human through you? Think about it for 1 minute that we lay down and bear these children throughout coochies. Care for 9 months, 6 some of us. Stretch our bodies, and then some of y'all talk about the women after they had the babies. Yeah, them breasts ain't perky no more. So what? It's feeding that baby. get it together in your mind about how you look at us.
And the women need to stop trying to be with all this snapback culture. I be so sick of seeing that. They don't even get to bond with their baby. Sit your ass down and enjoy your goddamn baby. Stop trying to show your little shape and your figure and I'm back cute. And you supposed to sit down and be bonding with your baby. People can't even bond with their baby because they want to show that they snap back or they trying to sit out and run the street. We need the big mamas back that tell her to sit down. Don't let nobody else hold that baby. Cover that baby's head.
Turn that
Don't
baby head up and stay your ass at home with them babies. Don't be out too damn early because they will beat
your uterus about to fall
your
out.
ass. If you had them babies out too early, they will come and get you.
Trying to be in a swimsuit, show your shape. Girl, sit down. You sit your ass down.
And cover yourself up.
Yeah. You just
You're a mommy now. Stop letting it all hang out.
Lord help.
And you men folks who trying to get on the teddy and get some of that milk, leave that baby's milk alone.
That's that baby milk.
That's that baby milk.
Woman releases her milk. It gives that baby what it needs. If that baby's deficient in something, that body knows to produce what that baby needs. That's why that baby needs that breast milk.
Yeah, why you think the melanated woman breast milk is so sought after? Mm-hmm. They making a bukus of money offering for our breast milk. That's liquid gold, honey. Mm-hmm. Liquid gold. Yes. Look, I ain't having no more babies. I'm telling you that right now. I'm done.
Look, I tell you what.
Look, I like the grandbabies.
I told y'all, y'all told me last year when Jupiter moved into Gemini, because Gemini is the sign of twins, you was going to see her power like never before. It was going to be twins, and then women that was going to be considered elder. You would think they was past childbearing age. I posted my story that she didn't do no in vitro. She's 54 years old pregnant, and you're going to start seeing more and more and more women. I ain't speaking this on you, mother. I'm just telling you. They're telling the women, if you think that you could be done, I have somebody in my family that she had 10 children. She thought she was in menopause and through, and they had a break for about 15, 20 years and ran through and the body kicked in and she had 9 months.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of that, we got to stop letting them, particularly not particularly, women, because they're not snatching men's body parts, telling you need a hysterectomy. Mm-hmm. Stop letting them steal your body parts, because you know what they're doing with them. I heard they taking them and selling them to the men who want to be women, and taking our breasts and taking our body parts, trying to create a woman out inside of a man.
It ain't gonna happen. You can't do us like us. How you gonna try to do us?
Rod, it's a guy named Rod. He said right now he's shivering just thinking about it.
They want something soft to lay up under. Now just play a They want no hard leg. I don't care how many pedicures you
stop it already. Stop it already.
And the word menopause too.
Oh goodness.
I was just saying the word menopause is
it ain't gonna work, baby. If you was meant to be a woman, you would have been one.
No, what you say? Say it one more time. What you say about menopause? Say it one more time, Rain. That's a revelation. Say it.
Yeah, I just said it's a man-made construct. Like it says it in it. It's man pause. Like they want to have their fun and not have consequences. That's kind of where it came from. And my grandmother, I mean, she had a cycle all the way up into her 80s. So menopause again is just something that literally is taught to us in our mind to
I just think through. they just call it the wrong name. They just you know how somebody misnamed something. I'm just damn going through the sweats, and and I have issues. Y'all see I'm wrapped up one minute, and then I got the heat on, now I turn it off, and the air conditioner running at the same time. It's happening to me.
That thing may reverse on you, may come on back. I'm telling you, them legs gonna start back sliding down, mama.
Right? Look. I ain't spraying on back up in here. So look, clean. No.
Gonna have you a little miracle, a little gift.
Oh. Yeah, no. Girl, my baby is 33 years of age.
33, that's a master number. That's sacred. That's right on time.
And my son is 30, 35. At least I done if he's born in 85, I lose count now. So what's 85?
I don't know. I can't keep up with
85 and 86 is my children. That's when they were born.
You know that the grandma used to be having kids with the babies and the children. You know how because I got uncle and a cousin right now. They like about 6 months apart. Big mama was pregnant with a child. We had family.
I went back for my 6-week checkup, but it was one in the oven.
Ooh, you were short after you ain't wait your time.
Bam, get them out the way. Y'all should have seen me. That's all I can get done was changing pampers and feeding. And don't let me have to go to the grocery store and I got to get them dressed and drive up in front of the grocery store to get the grocery cart, pull them out. And then I have somebody standing there while I park the car and don't let one of them get the pink eye, the other get the pink eye.
Oh, yeah, mine was a year and a half apart. Mine was close as yours, but you might well had twins.
Yeah, I literally had twins. I was pregnant for 2 years.
Lord. Well, you look good, mama. You look good. You got a cute.
You know. Look, brown. Brown is eye, girl, but black
She's
don't
a bad
crack.
mama jamma. If you ever seen
I'm
her,
just saying. I ain't saying nothing against any other color women. I'm just talking about my color, okay? And I am 5.7, okay? I'm knocking at the door 6.0 because I don't put them numbers together no more. And if I can flip them, I will. I ride motorcycles and I boat and I do a whole lot of stuff. It's just a number. I mean, I'm not just saying age is just a number, but I will not allow anybody to call me old, and you better not ever call me old. Because I will find you, because I am not old, I am seasoned. And I look better than some of these little teeny boppers around here. And I know how to take care of my body. And I know how to keep my house clean. And I know how to keep a man if I want one. And I know how to get rid of them when I want to get rid of them.
Not get rid of them, Lord. Now, wait a minute. You say you ride the motorcycle. You know that's that clan. That's that. Ain't that part of that clan that belongs to you?
Well, let me tell you this then. I got a crotch rocket with a big mohawk in the middle of it. You ain't seen my motorcycle. Look, I like to ride motorcycles. I got one that's a crotch rocket. I don't get on them as much because these young boys think I'm some kind of day age. I'm like, I'm old enough. I've got children older than you. I'm not no cougar. So go on with that.
We want, mama, because see, these little girls, they say these little girls don't know how to cook and clean. They want some real food. They want some macaroni and cheese cooked, and they don't want it out the box. They want it made with that big elbow noodles, with that good, all 4 different types of cheeses.
We got to give the young ladies cooking classes. We got to get back to that.
And our young men, not just the young ladies. The young men too. Teach your sons to cook and clean. Don't just put that responsibility on the girls. And then you have us having to raise your children that you wanted to make us feel like we was they made. We ain't trying to re-raise your son.
Yeah, because that's what's happening is that these sons are leaving out of their mama's houses, and then we become they mamas all over again. So teach your sons how to cook so he can cook for his spouse when he, because we don't want to adopt your sons. We want a man cleaning up after them and picking up after them and I'm No, we
in matriarchal culture, we have to do better because whether it's us over here in Turtle Island or even what people call the Caribbeans and everything else, we have as a whole babied and coddled our sons and been so hard on our daughters, expect so much, and then let the sons go. So let's not do that. Like, let's not be so hard, because that's right. You have a lot of women that feel less love from their mothers and very disconnected and don't have very close relationships and things like that. So let's heal that too. Let's heal our relationship with our children, our daughters, our nieces, stuff like that. And if you know that she has a mother that's not awakened and she's not there, then you pick it up and be the mama, as the auntie or whatever. You know how we do as a family.
Yeah. Sometimes in the grocery store, baby cutting up or something, mama just interrupted to get the baby and talk to the baby and rub it and help her quieten the baby down or help with the groceries or something. You know, the world would be better if we just take the time to help out. It means a lot to the young mothers if we just take the time while we're in public and you see them struggling, trying to get the babies in the car, get the groceries. And you know what I can't stand? Let me stop sharing my picture because I don't want y'all to look at my motorcycle yet.
That's cute though. I like that little tiger.
Oh, you're going to see a minute. I want to say this before I pull the screen back up. You men folks that are with your woman with the baby, I can't stand the fact that she walking with a damn baby thing in her hand and you walking around behind her or beside her. Get the ass and get your baby and help her with the baby so that she'll know that she's cared for. I don't like the men just walking with her. They got nothing in his hand and he not carrying nothing, but the woman is always carrying the baby. He with her and he won't help her. I don't know what's going on in your brain. Stop that.
We know y'all don't be sleep. Wake up with her. Even if she nursing, she just may want to have you with her. Y'all made it together. Y'all both had fun making it. So you both had fun taking care of it.
Yeah. Okay. So they won't let me ride my grandbabies on the motorcycles, and so I don't when they was so I don't get them when I'm riding because I'm a ride.
That's cute.
Okay, but this my crop rock. That's mine.
Now what that say on the side? I see the die. What that name say? What that say right there?
Lady Di.
Ooh. You belong
to Ashley is my last name, Di.
Lady Di. I know that. I know that for you. Yeah. Ooh. With the mohawk. Got the mohawk up in there.
Yeah, it's like to ride a crop rocket.
They let you know she carrying something right there. If anybody ride a motorcycle carrying sometimes. They carry something. She don't like whatever you want to. Oh, she's
and then I have let me do this right here. Now I got a cruiser. I ride my late husband's bike. I don't too much get on that crotch rock anymore. I have to sit up now. You know, cute ain't cute no more when you're at a certain age. You're all humped over and stuff. I don't feel like being humped over no more. So let me
just get your peppermint oil, your spearmint, and your eucalyptus, and rub it together. Put on your side.
No. Well, it's not even that. I just think that age appropriate. You know, I learned how to ride a motorcycle at the age of 40. That was one of my lists. I learned. I just woke up one day and I had a list of things I wanted to do at 4.0, and that was one of them. That's one of my old pictures.
Look at her. She's a bad mama shama. Hey,
Empress was something else, girl. Look, I've been bald. You ain't gonna right. I'm gonna live my life. Look, that's why I say I can sit down somewhere. Okay, let me stop sharing my screen for a minute. So let me show you my cruiser. But they always
don't get too much.
My screen. So, oh, here it is. This was actually last week. This one.
But I love this because it shows you came to live and not just to exist. And
yeah, girl. look, if I ever have to sit down on the porch because for whatever reason, I ain't gonna have no regrets and wish I could have done and wish I had I've even went bald for I don't know, about 5 years. And that was the sexiest thing to me, and to shave my head and just do the bald thing. I liked it too. But that's me like recently.
Okay. Got your little sexy top on and thing.
No.
Woo, listen. Tutu. Now what's that song? What you doing? Look, that's how they look. That's Rod, you must have been dropping Rod off there. You was taking cheese. You were taking your son there. You wasn't taking your son to the store.
What are you talking about?
That store behind you in that picture. I said you must have taken your son Rod to the store. You was dropping your son off at the store.
No, I took myself to the store and I picked up something and hey. Oh, you talking about the store I was at?
Yes.
Yeah, I went to get the cream. I used the CBD cream on my shoulder here, where my wings are, and where it cut me at. And only thing that works is that CBD cream. And I go there to get that, but I don't get like that marijuana and stuff, but I get the that in the little bottle.
Yeah, I know you're talking about that cream.
I get that, and I rub it on my shoulders and stuff because they often hurt a lot. But no, look, I sent Rod something, he liked it, and it stopped his shoulders from hurting.
Oh, did
but
you?
I didn't get him not with no weed in there. I ain't going there and get no weed.
I'm the type of girl that's gonna be happy.
Look, Rob probably would be happy if I send him some stuff in the mail.
He'll probably catch
he
the
got
fish.
Big Mama trafficking me. Oh. I like to laugh at y'all. I like to have fun because laughter just takes the yeah. But
now you got people to try some of that cream. So tell me about the cream. It's real good.
Yeah, let me get that. Let me show you.
Natural homeopathic remedies. I have like a girl from my Reiki class, Rachel. She's out of Miami. She has the best like oils. I'm gonna have to go get her oil. It's so good. I think she puts CBD in her oil. But if you don't get with Rachel, get with her.
I've been using it on my sister at the hospital because she's in stage 4 of cancer. And like I said, in 3 days, this made a difference. But this cream is what I get.
Okay.
It's called Hemp Freeze.
I want to try that. We're gonna swap. I want you to get some of that. I'm gonna get you some of this oil that one of my girls, one of my students make this. It's got hemp stuff in it, and it's so good. It's an oil. But I want some of that too.
I don't know. There it goes. I get that from it's called Premiers. And then I get this other. So when I'm just out and about, this is much easier to use on my shoulders.
And I tell you, this is really good for like ascension symptoms. Like when you're using the hemp stuff, they're good when you're going through stuff with ascension symptoms too.
Yeah. So, but that's what I was doing over there, getting it.
Go back and grab me the lotion. I don't want no funny cigarettes. I don't do funny cigarettes. But
I don't do any of that. So, but I did get my sister some a bottle of THC to mix in with her her black seed oil and this other product that they have at that store.
Did it help her appetite?
Or as well is this stuff right here. Yeah, she started eating, but She just can't keep nothing on her stomach right now, but I got her some of that, and I mixed it all up together before I left to give, and she's been taking it and doing well. But she's it's gonna take a minute to get things under control with her, but she's doing in 3 days a lot better than what she was doing in the first day that we started on this.
Has she tried to do like all raw, like juicing, or just like where she's completely raw for like 30 days?
Right now, she chose to what I did. I was doing the juice for her before I left.
Mm-hmm.
But again, she's still throwing it up, and
Okay.
it actually is, anytime unless y'all need to listen to me real good, and I know that some of your family members or some of you all want to believe in the white coats, but anytime that you're diagnosed with the C word,
Mm-hmm.
you don't let them go in there and do no biopsy or cut you.
Because it's gonna make it spread, it make it worse.
It's gonna spread.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And no doubt about it, it's gonna spread. And
Chamomile.
that's what happened. She
Yeah.
didn't know. This is what I'm talking about, out of ignorance. Okay. Out of ignorance. These doctors do this stuff because they know we're ignorant to ourselves and we don't take control of our own health. I tell them what they're going to do and what they're not going to do to me. You got to be in control of your own body.
Mm-hmm. And they're not going to be nice. They're not going to like it.
Those children belong to you.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I ain't going to say that. You said that.
Yeah, they mean that when you speak what you got to say, they don't receive it well, but who cares?
Yeah.
So, has she tried like chamomile to try to help with some of the nausea?
When I get back, I'm gonna finish working on them.
Okay, chamomile tea. See if she can try chamomile tea to maybe help settle the stomach some.
Okay. I hear myself. I was in a wheelchair. Sure did. I got to work because they weren't trying to do nothing but try to give me pain medicine for my condition. I had I may not look like I was totally healthy, never had no health problems. Then one day I couldn't speak. My kidney shut down, so they had to give me a kidney bag, and I was in a wheelchair, and I couldn't walk. And the spirit kicked inside of me. I started going on the internet, searching stuff. The ancestors was helping me, and I took the herbs, and I ain't been in my wheelchair in 9 years.
All right.
And I have a wheelchair van right now, proof. One of them grown ability vans, modified. All that. I still got that van as proof I was in a wheelchair. And I took the herbs and I healed myself. And acupuncture.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Acupuncture is everything. It's really, really, acupuncture and Reiki is really, really good.
That's what happened to my husband.
Yeah, the worst thing you can do is take their medicine. I was going through essential symptoms. They had put me, I was like in my 20s, they had put me on 9 pills. I almost checked up out of here in my 20s. And like you were saying, Spirit told me one day, throw everything away, don't take nothing, and just switch how I eat and do natural remedies. And I came back through. They tried to put an air pocket in my spine. And they said if I would have went to sleep, I wouldn't have woke back up. And so that doctor tried to kill me. So you don't trust these people. Don't go to them. Don't take their medicines. They are not trustworthy. They have an oath to death, really, to you. They don't care. They're not here for you.
you know, I healed my husband's cancer on one side of his liver. I have proof, his records and everything. I got proof they be lying to people, telling them they got cancer and they don't.
Mm.
They be lying, and they gonna systematically, you can go get a second and third opinion. They gonna back each other up.
Because it's like, why is it so much just risk like cancer out of the blue? Like, it's just a money thing.
Yeah. Everybody got cancer.
Everybody. It's like everybody
also,
had it, but now COVID then went away. Ain't no more COVID all of a sudden. But everybody was getting COVID. There was no more
Well,
COVID.
you know, they just said Fauci lied. Now they're putting it out there now. But we always been know that. Go ahead, Raina.
I was just going to say we're master manifestors. So, you know, when they tell us that we have something, we create it then. And that's what they do. They deliberately diagnose us with things, and then we go home and create them.
Well, among other things they do to us to create their reality.
We have to remember that they're practicing medicine.
Come on now.
They don't really know there's no official anything. They're just trying things and seeing what sticks. And so the first way to heal ourselves is to believe that we can be healed. Right? It's the mindset, like you mentioned.
And then they use like herbs and everything in their medicines on top of everything else that they put inside of it.
Yep.
That's right.
And I try to tell my husband not to, don't go and get that the biopsy. I did. I said, don't go get the biopsy because and I gave him all to go on YouTube. I pull up a whole bunch of people that was saying the same thing. So if he didn't believe me, that he would at least reconsider by listening to other people. And they do it real early, by the way. This is what they do. They diagnose you and tell you got to come on in and get a biopsy. Right there, because now it's emotionally charged. And the only thing you think is, oh God, I got cancer. Now you need to come on in right away so we can do a biopsy. So right out the gate, right after they tell you, now you're doing it. They did that to him. And he had went and let them, and 3 months later, it had spread everywhere else.
Yeah. That's how you have people who have been allegedly diagnosed with stage 4. So if you have stage 4, that means you obviously have had it a long time. And they was fine and feeling healthy and never knew until this doctor allegedly diagnosed them. And then as soon as they hear it, they can die 2 weeks or a month or a couple months later. Because they heard. So now they believe. And so they have manifested their death because they have heard, oh, you have a month to live. You have 3 months to live. So it's in making you believe. My mother, she lived just long enough because she wanted to spite them because it pissed her off. They told her she was only gonna live so long. So you know how they say some folks live longer just to spite you. She did it just to spite them.
Yeah, Dr. Miracle,
but I got a couple years.
They do be lying. Yeah.
Well, this was really great. Thank you.
But those of us who know better, you're welcome.
Yeah.
This was great.
Yeah, we have to do this and have other matriarchs on and who have their other expertise in other things. And because this is, to me, it's very learning. Like I learned something from everybody. It's just very learning. And then it's just good to have a sister circle support because they always try to make it seem like we can't ever get along with each other and we don't have healthy relationships with each other. So I just love that we're changing the dynamic of what that looks like.
That's right.
I beg to differ. So we're doing this once a month round table?
Yes, ma'am. Every first Friday, you said. That's what you said, Mama.
Okay. So every first Friday of the month at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be doing the Matriarch round table. Now, I'm going to if it's okay, I'm going to bring Copper Armor on. She is the chair of the Matriarch Committee. And I'm here meeting with her and Erica. So that book that everybody signed in Delaware and signed in Philadelphia, so that they could get that information out of the book to put on their spreadsheet, and then in hopes too that the women, those 300 women that came on to do the declaration, that they would be able to to email their committee the information, their email address and their phone number, so that they can go on the list, so that the committee can send them out emails to come on to the call, so that we can give them updates about what's going on and what we're doing. And so they are doing a fantastic job. And so I'm going to go grab her right quick. Copper, can you come and speak with the folks about what's going on with the Clan Mother Committee and all the wonderful things that are going on? So y'all, I'll be spending time with folks. I told you I'll come to folks' houses. She will come see you. You hear me?
Yes. Yes, ladies, how are we doing?
Hi,
ladies and Venus, how are we doing? Everybody good? Good. Hi. Yes. So with the Clan Mother Committee, we call ourselves the Metamorphosis Clan Mother Committee. And what we have done is the Empress has put us together so that way we can teach the ladies and women everything that they need to know on how to take care of their clans. Okay. Everyone that has their own family and their children, to make sure that your families and the mothers understand what it is to be prepared to take care of your families. Everything that you ladies have been talking about tonight, as far as, coming in, going out of this world, taking care of your children, making sure that they're getting the proper medications, and not medications, but the natural things that they need to take care of themselves, as the way we used to do it back in the day. Our grandparents used to do back in the day, more on the the holistic part of it, right? And then making sure that we know how to garden again, bringing our clans back together, so that way we can take care of each other, take care of the garden, take care of the home, going back to that, into that nature of doing things, and also how to get your families together, so that way you can make sure that you have yourself set up for when you leave out of here the proper way, with the proper paperwork, you know, whether it be your will being set up and setting up your trust, sitting your trust up under your clans, coming together as all women, so that way we can come together and as a collective and as a group of mothers to help each other out in each state that we approach. You see what I'm saying? So wherever you're sitting, then there's someone in that state that you can go and y'all can provide and help that mother. And her families get set up. So that's what we have going on, whether it's bringing forth resources, whatever that you may be able to provide. If you're good at crocheting, then we can all teach other clan mothers how to do crochet classes, sewing classes, everything that it is that you need, whether if it's canning, what I'm saying, to make sure that you have food on your shelves, making sure that those women that do know how to stock up for your families, then we're teaching each other clan mother how to stock up, because all clan mothers don't know how, or are not, or into, being able to, or knowing how to do that bulk setting up for yourselves, having them storehouses, you know what I'm saying? Making sure that every clan mother is good and there is no clan mother left out. And what we do in the committee is that it's almost like Emphasis 12 Steps class. So what we're doing is we're putting together a class to where whatever it is that you need to know or want to know or understand, then there's clan mothers in the community that know how to help other clan mothers, so everyone is sustainable and we're not having to depend on outsiders to take care of us. So that's what we've got going on. We're super excited. We are in our 3rd week of meetings and we're excited about what we have going. It's absolutely beautiful. We love each other already. It's absolutely awesome. And we would love for you all to join at some point. So the more hands on deck, the better. Yes. 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 So we're excited about it. Empress getting us together, and with Phoenix getting all you clan mothers together and, coming on board and we all getting together as a collective. So that way we could all bring our talents to the table and there's nothing left out because everybody has something to bring and everyone doesn't know everything. So we all come as a collective like we used to do. As those mothers sitting around, you got one pulling the leaves, you got one crushing the leaves, one tearing the leaves, one taking the stems, creating the baskets. No matter what it is, we can all come together and do it together.
Right.
Absolutely. Y'all have any questions?
No, that's amazing. How can they get in contact with you if some people are interested?
Well, we have an email where you can email us at clanmothercommittee.proton.me, excuse me. So it's clanmothercommittee@proton.me where you can email us and we'll get you set up. We'll send you back a response and get you set up for the upcoming classes that we have. And with our classes, of course, you have to start the 12 steps personal sovereignty class as well, because you would have to definitely know how to love yourself before you can get into the sisterhood of loving us others. And how, they want to already put us at a way of women as that we can't scratch. So, a lot of people or a lot of females or ladies that want to come in. It's a lot of personalities, a lot of different things that people want to bring to the table. So we want to make everyone inclusive so that way we can make sure that everybody has something to bring to the table. So we always ask, what it is that you do and what it is that you can bring to the table so that everyone is inclusive, no one is left out. We definitely like to know, what it is that everyone would like to bring to that table so that way we can all eat.
Right.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned this 12 steps of sovereignty. So I know y'all are currently in the class now. When will your next class be?
The next 12 steps, the sovereignty class starts in October.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And if someone's interested in that, how do they get in contact? I know I get a lot of inbox and I'm always forwarding it to you all in your email address, but I just want you to share it and maybe somebody can type it in the chat box or something.
Absolutely. It's the same. You can email the Clan Mother committee at proton.me and we'll get them also set up into that 12 steps to sovereignty program because it's absolutely awesome to know and be able to love thyself first in order to love, the rest of us. You all are so beautiful. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I love
I have a question.
Go ahead.
The 12 steps of sovereignty program, is that something that's virtual or?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, it's a virtual class and it will be emails sent out for Zoom and it's absolutely beautiful. It's an absolutely beautiful class. The things that she was sharing with you all earlier, that's a little bit of, just a taste of how she explains to you who you are and finding out who you are and knowing that you are who you are and that you are the goddess that you are is absolutely beautiful. And when you come into loving yourself just that much, you have no choice but to love everybody just as much as you love yourself. And it's a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous way of loving people. And you will find yourself in a manner and moving and standing without being angry with anything. And once you get into that love, it is absolutely gorgeous. You'll find yourself feeling loved and being loved to where nothing bothers you. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And it's so beautiful to have that where you don't have that type of weight on your shoulder. Nothing that you have or don't have or can't have will bother you when you find yourself and you sit in that love seat that you sit in. It's a beautiful class. And I suggest any and everyone to join that class. And once people join that class and you love the way you do, it's so refreshing. It is so refreshing. It's so uplifting. There's an energy and frequency that you don't want to let go. You don't want to let go of that love. And it's like it's something that you thought you had once before, but once you really get that true love, you know that's real. And people can feel it coming off. Yeah. Your light
It's
shine.
love yourself. Loving when you love, you can't love others till you love yourself.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It makes you stand in your square, hold your head high, straighten your crown.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's beautiful. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you love yourself in that class, and then you come into the matriarch class, you'll meet sisters you thought you man. It's beautiful. And then to have those sisters everywhere you go, in any state you go to. That's set up ready to take care of you, feed you, take you in, love on you, hug on you, need help you, be there for you. It's awesome. Yeah. Any more questions? Y'all good?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we're excited about the Clay Mother committee. Go ahead, Divine. Did you have something?
I was just saying, thank you so much. I think the beauty of self-love is when you love yourself, you show others how to love you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's how they know how to love you, is the way that you love on yourself. And self-love is really, really great because you set boundaries. When you love yourself, you have boundaries. And so then, like I mentioned, you show others where your boundaries are and how to love you. So I think that sister circle is beautiful. I think this matriarch circle is beautiful. I think we are in the year of the 8.
Yeah.
It's all about partnerships. This is all about finding your tribe, finding your true tribe, finding the ones that you made the agreements with before you came into this incarnation. This is just not us getting together because it looks good and sounds good. We made this agreement before we got here. And the year of the 8 is all about agreement. So if you in a sister circle, it's a pact. It's an agreement. And so that's what makes all this special and unique. And doing that interpersonal work is very, very important before stepping into a circle, because if you don't know where your shadows are and what you need to work on, it's going to show up in the circle and be destructive.
Absolutely.
So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, but that Jupiter and Gemini is very vital because it's a spiritual growth season. And so we're preparing for that March 13th, which is that first Virgo eclipse, and then that June 9th, which is when Jupiter moves into Cancer, that double feminine energy. So that's why we have to get all this cleaned out. Because if you didn't know anything about Cancer, it has your memory, your past, but all your feminine energy. So that's why all that slush has to be washed out. So we can come in whole. And next year is a year of 9, of course. And so, it's going to be quite interesting.
Yes.
9 is the number of completion and perfection. Yeah.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
balance.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, yes. I'm excited. I'm so excited for all of it. I'm excited for all the gates opening. I'm excited for, getting with this graduation, the graduation that's about to happen for the 12 steps of sovereignty class of 24 for this year. They'll be graduating next month in July. That's going to be absolutely beautiful. And then we have Alabama, we got our little stump going down on in Alabama in August. And then in September, we do a matriarchal meeting every year in Tennessee, where we do our matriarchal meditation. And that's what kicked off a lot of this. And the matriarchal meditation that we did last year, we called on Big Mama Gaia, and we asked for her assistance in what our movements are doing, or the movements that we're making today. So that's what a lot of this is going on with Big Mama. You see these changes in the weather, and that's what she's responding. So we're excited about that. So, all these moves that we're making is all in the light of love, and that's the only way you can walk. And, if that's not in your heart right now, you got to have that love in your heart right now. You really do, in order to, move and manifest, make moves. Because like I tell our ladies all the time, we have a new clear vision. It's, this new vision that we have, and it's clear. And a lot of people don't realize that, the visions that we have, that we manifest, you remember your grandmother used to always tell you, watch your mouth and watch what you think, because a lot of people don't understand that we are nuclear. We're the nuclear bomb. So, we manifest, and that's what we've been doing in the matriarchal movement. A lot of every time we make moves, big things happen. So, we have that nuclear vision. We manifest mitochondrial DNA, and we making moves, and this is happening right now. We're excited about it, all in the love and not in the other word.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All love. And we have to
look, I don't even want to say
it. The elimination of fear is really important around this time too, because in order to love, you have to get through fear. And feeling that connection is really divine, because that is what actually gives us the ability to feel the source, is to feel that connection and to feel that love. And what you said, sister, is very important, because what I say I am and what I think I am is going to manifest, and they must be aligned. You can't just be saying a mantra or an affirmation. That's just a piece of it. It's very, very important, but it's what we truly believe about ourselves and what we can bring to the table.
I had a really smart lady that I love to listen to her speak. And, I say a lot of that, in that I am. And she said, no, Copper. She said, start to say I be.
That's right.
And it clicked, she said, because I am, but when are you? So, thanks to Mama Kai, she told me to say, start saying I be, because you be, because you right now, not later.
In this present.
And we are the queen bees, in our hives and our clans. So yes, we be. Yes.
I love
yes,
that.
absolutely.
Yeah, I love.
Yes.
And I is as well is very powerful.
Yes.
Say that again, Rihanna.
I is.
So
I is very powerful as well. It brings you now.
Yes. Absolutely.
Making it present, like I am love, instead of making it to something you want to actually look forward to. Like you mentioned, making it something that's actually already happening, even if it hasn't happened yet. Instead of saying healing, I am healed.
I am here.
Well,
Yes.
once you realize that it actually has happened, because the past, present, and future are all simultaneously existing at the same time. Time is not real. Time is not linear. They put a clock in and calendars on, but there's a version of you that's already healed. There's a version you already living in that reality. There, those are multiple versions of you. And so when you realize that, it'll really actually speed up this version of the reality of you for it to come forward, because there is a version of you that's already in it. And so, same way going that if it's a version of you that used to be hurt that you haven't healed, right? Because we always say until you heal that place which you hurt, you can be stuck, right? Stuck in that timeline or that loop or that age. So you can go back again in time and go heal that version of you, and it can change the whole ripple of every dynamic, because you're a multidimensional being. You're in multiple places at more than one time and in more than one location and planet. And so when you realize the vastness of who you are, and that you remove the limitations of time, like she was saying, you are a God. We are gods. Not God is, not God less,
God.
That we control it. And that you are your own spirit guides, and they can't steal you. They can't give you your memories. It's you. So when you really step into and realize that you are God and that time ain't real, and you can't stop me from getting what I already have, only I can stop me. I'm my own limitation. So if you're angry at yourself, and then you have to forgive yourself or heal yourself, but realize you can't get on the journey, because this is the best learning center, and we chose to come here so we could evolve spiritually. So we knew that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And anything that you want, you want it and you desire it because you've already had it. So all you have to do is do the work and attract it back to you in this present moment in time, in this lifetime.
Yes. Say that again.
And I always say too that the visions that you have are like the trailer for a movie. Like they're just the highlights that we know what the movie is, but the visions and the designs that we have, again, they're already set in place, they're already done, and we're just bringing those visions to us and saying, oh, I want to, I desire that. It's not that you desire it, it's just your story is being told to you.
Absolutely. Yes, beautiful. Yes.
You think you're dreaming and sleeping, you're traveling and seeing another version and reality of yourself. That's why sometimes if you're in that reality, you sometimes can't hear yourself talk or hear the voice coming out, or you're telepathic, because you're visiting another reality and you're not supposed to be there. You maybe can look from the side, but you can't interject. So you get to kind of get a little peek, or you maybe can try to correct, or you can figure out what's going on. But you're traveling to another version of you. It's all you.
Yes, always. So always, we say we catch flights, not feelings, right? So stay traveling. Yes. Beautiful. Yes. So we with the Clan Mother Committee, we're in the process of creating this class, and it's going to be all about storing up for your clans, making sure that you're all stocked up wherever you sit, making sure that you have a place to sit, a throne to call your own, making sure that no one can come and take that from you, and that it lives and thrives on.
Yes.
In love. So we're creating that. We're putting that together so that way people can have their own. And we're so excited about that, because we have to share and pass the clan mothers down to our daughters, nieces, so they can continue, to hold that to hold that throne for you, and make sure that those families are, or those clans are taken care of, throughout the time in existence. So it's beautiful. We're excited that she set us here, and we look forward to working with you all, and coming in and, and bringing to the table. Like I said, this is Big Mama's house, and everybody going to get to eat.
Yes.
And picture, lay your things out on the table, and we keep sharing, and that way everybody has, and there's no one hurting. So that's the whole, concept of it all, is to make sure that everyone has, their throne to sit on, and it's plentiful.
More than yeah, give thanks. Thank you.
Yes. And thank you, Ashe. I love you guys. You all are so beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Yes. Love y'all. And I'm gonna pass the spoon back to Big Mama so she can keep feeding you all, and that way y'all can share and pass the bowl around. All right.
All right.
Love and light.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Love and light. Love you
Light.
all.
Thank you. Okay.
You're welcome. Mom, they're ready? Like, yes. All right, so get ready to wrap up. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll ring the bell and ring us on out. I got it ready. You can ring us out.
Well, let me well,
Thank you.
y'all on my because if I play the music, then they gonna try to block me on YouTube. So let me sing to you.
Oh.
Y'all know I can't sing. Okay,
real quick.
You can do that, please.
Thanks,
Y'all know I can sing, can't? Let Mama sing till the signal tuck you in tonight. And you going out tonight, you better bring your ass home before dark, before dawn. Don't you ain't getting in. 12 o'clock, you ain't in the house, the door is locked. Stay where you at. Big Mama said that.
Look, they got 30 minutes.
Y'all got 30 minutes to get to the house.
Not 30 minutes, not the curfew.
Well, let me say this. It was a pleasure to meet you, Alexis, and Divinity, and Renaa. Well, this is like the second and the third time I done met your little. Oh, I must sign copper to you, Renee. Right? Raina. Copper is one of the ones, the committee, one of the ladies I'm gonna have to call you, support you. She a good resource to have as a support. Believe me. You want her. She probably gonna send you some stuff.
Thank you, Mama.
Love you, girl. Yo, look, I'm about to fly over there. If I come over there, you gonna let me stay with you and show me around?
We can climb trees together. I'll show you all the waterways. We can go up trees.
Girl,
on the mountains. That's me.
Yeah.
Nature is my playground.
All right, girl. See, now you're talking. I ain't climbed a tree in a long time. I might need a ladder. Leg against the tree. I don't believe I can do it like I used to, like old school. But hey, I will find a way to climb that tree.
I'll help you.
Okay.
I'll show you there's a way.
No, we're gonna get Big Mama over there because we gotta go reap the rest of your land up over there in Australia. It's time to come up off of it.
Yes. Oh, well, y'all, believe it or not, the storm is upon us. That hush money was about that hush money. Don't tell Mama about the money. Y'all better know what that code is. Don't tell Mama that's that hush money. No Trump telling it, ain't it? He put it in code for y'all. Y'all better stop hating on Trump ass. I didn't say I was gonna vote for him, and I don't even have a voter's card. Sometimes it's the craziest damn people that would be used to damn make a matter straight. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Don't shoot the messenger, okay? Listen to the message. Go ahead, Phoenix.
Not say they need to Google from Business Insider, the FDIC. I sent you that article, Mama. They were saying that all the banks is bankrupt, that there is no more money. This is from the FDIC, the ones who are over who insure the banks, and it's in Business Insider, so it's not from what y'all think that it's from us. And we
that
just
mom to me so we put it up on the screen.
I texted to you, Mama. You know you don't be check your text messages.
You know be busy.
I know, Mom. I'm gonna send it again.
Look, Mama don't be like that because Mama be in meetings and Mama gets shit done so that we can get fed. We get fed and eat real good. Now she said all the FDIC said ain't no more fiat. And y'all know Bank America closed down. What was it? 79 branches today. When you hear Wells Fargo going down at the mall, they're going down at the mall. You know that song.
It's going.
I know a little bit, y'all. That's only one on the part I know, but I know that it's going down at the mall.
You sing that without a Mary J. Blige. I'm going down. Y'all going down.
Y'all going down. Because my big mama is around. Y'all going down, baby. My whole world's upside down. Oh, they're crying right about now.
It's gonna come easy because they ain't sleeping, baby. They ain't sleeping at all. They ain't slumbering. They over there worried, trying to figure out what to do.
It ain't no fun when Big Mama got the gun.
Ain't no fun with
Big Mama just sitting back with some popcorn. You know, I don't eat popcorn, but y'all know what I'm talking about. She just sitting back, just sharpening up, getting everything ready so we can get our spread on. All the matriarchs, y'all, we get ready to get our stuff, get control of our stuff. Why y'all think Big Mama be quiet? I've been watching. Y'all better know what time it is. Watch that. Big Mama is coming online.
They tell you if a woman get quiet, you should get very concerned and afraid. So they already let me know all I needed to know because see if they talking. That's why I don't be talk all the damn time and who on the internet or who like to tag. That means your ass ain't working. It's the people that's quiet that's doing the work. So
well, but that's why I'll be on. Y'all don't know.
Shut your ass up and do
don't be on TikTok and all. That's right. I do not be on TikTok. I don't be on YouTube. I don't be doing that. Y'all better know when Big Mama quiet, she cooking up something in the kitchen.
Yeah. Look, I want me some macaroni and cheese and some greens. I want some collard mixed with some mustard.
Yeah, you missed your Mother's Day dinner because I was in Philadelphia. Okay, when you want to come and let Big Mama fix your collard greens and some yams and some
I'll be there.
That cornbread.
August. I want that good hot water cornbread and some fried green tomatoes too.
Girl, I can batter that stuff up and then some pinto beans and cut up some onions.
Yes,
some
Lord.
spring onions. Oh man. And take that cornbread and just take your hand and just put it in a plate and chop that stuff up and use your hand. You know how you do it like this.
You don't even need no utensils. Like they say, stop it up like a biscuit, stop it up with the cornbread.
I know that's right. Oh yeah, my mama showed me how to cook.
My son return August. We're gonna look at August. It's gonna be
August.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of August. Yeah, speaking of August, now y'all know Big Mama gonna be in Alabama on the 24th. We're going to the Sheen Day.
And the 24th is Virgo season. Virgo season is Big Mama season.
Just so wear your blue jeans and your plaid shirts for some of y'all. And come out, we get ready to have a good time. It's a second family reunion for Alabama. And so all y'all that can come on August the 24th, and I have to check and see if she got the flyers ready, and I'll put them up. But We gonna be all right, y'all.
Big Mama
I swear
Barbados
we
is
are.
trying to call us there too, so we may have to do a third one over the waters in the Caribbean, because Barbados been knocking.
Oh, a ceremony over the what?
Barbados
Well, they
been
knocking. Tell them Big Mama come to Barbados. Just set it up, and my Big Mama come visit.
All right, say less. I got you. Like how the young kids say it. Say less.
Okay. Y'all know I come and see you. Want a couple? I sure bet you don't. Don't let me catch you with your work done.
Oh, they got some good big mamas over there in Barbados. I've connected with them mamas over there doing some work. They've been delivering them babies in the water, like what they were like with them dolphins.
Well,
People don't know
I'm ready to come and see them and visit.
Yeah, they come from the coral reef, like the land of flowers, like Florida, baby.
All is well. Oh, Big Mama on the move.
Can I just say, I just want to say thank you. I have to go. My phone is about to die.
No.
So I'm just gonna say thank you to all you beautiful, beautiful, divine feminines. It's just so stunning. Yeah, thank you for this. It's been so good for my soul, my heart, my cell.
I love you. He said, told you today was
I always wonder whether I was going to see her again.
No.
Yeah,
I always wonder whether I was going to see you again. You look so beautiful that night.
Oh, thank you.
So it's okay for Papa Alma to call you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, make sure. So, Phoenix, you gotta send me her phone number so that I can give it to her. And so me and Papa Alma call you. We'll narrow it down to two, me and her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That'd be okay.
Be the Trinity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Mama.
All right. Love light to you.
Sister.
Now, all the rest of y'all yeehaws. Okay, the rest of y'all chilling. Big Mama got to go to bed now.
I'm gonna go too, Mom. I ain't got no phone battery neither. I love you. Love y'all.
We love you too. And
Love you too.
send your donations in to help support Phoenix and her academy. Girl, you got to tell them what your stuff is. I don't know what it is.
You could go on Etsy at Rise of Phoenix, or if you want to cash
you talking too fast, girl. Slow down.
Oh, my Instagram is Rise of Phoenix Academy. I can give you information of the academy there. If you want to cash app, it's $RAISING Phoenix. That's it.
Okay, $R
RAISING Phoenix. Mm-hmm, right.
Phoenix. That's it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then your academy, Alexis, you got a cash app? Don't be afraid to ask for donation. That's what's wrong with us melanated women. We give too much of our stuff away, and then we're so free-hearted, and we give, and then we feel like it's something wrong when we ask people to give to us, and that's not right. So open your mouth, because a closed mouth won't get fed, girl.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So I'm not asking for donations. I'm telling y'all to send them donations so that they can help secure our future. Okay, now what's your cash app?
My cash app is Lady Lady Snacks. Lady Snacks. And
Lady Snacks, LADYSNACKS.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And we don't our the Harrison Academy is it's just our school for at home with my kids. But I did create it's called Restoration Education. I'm gonna be putting together like I have some posters I've created that's more catered towards like the easy learning for children, and I'm gonna be putting them all inside of a book so that they can just flip through it. You know, it'll be really easy for them to grasp on to these not really new concepts, but for to help them remember the things that they need to know.
Okay, so what's your Cash App again?
Lady Snacks.
It ain't no $ or nothing like that.
$ Lady Snacks.
$ Lady Snacks. LadySnacks. That's her Cash App. She's created something that needs to be funded, and of course, just in just a little short while, we ain't gonna have to ask you for nothing because Big Mama purse string's gonna be straight. Okay, now, Miss Divinely
Sarah.
Divinely what?
Sarah. Yes.
Okay, because I don't want to butcher up no name, girl.
It's okay. I know who you're talking to. I'm used to it.
Yeah.
I have a nonprofit organization called Ladies of the Light, and we provide healing for the healers. We have a rites of passage to help you through your shadow work in order to show up as your authentic self. And our Cash App is $ ladies, LADIES of OF, the THE, light, LIGHT. And we are Ladies of the Light. We can be found on Instagram. We have our own private community, and we have a Facebook account, but I don't really be on Facebook like that. And so we really do most of our conversations within our app.
Okay.
And our community is free. If you want to join the community, it's free, and you have access to a plethora of holistic healers.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you also are doula like Phoenix. Am I correct?
Yes, I actually attend the Raising Phoenix Academy.
Okay.
I'm in training to be a doula and a transitional doula as well.
Okay. So people want to know how they can access you guys in other areas of the lands. And because I've had a few questions. Thank you. What is that with the dollars? I say, great job. You gone live. You don't forget to take a break. They say, don't forget to take a break. Oh, TikTok telling me that.
We've been on too long, baby. It's time to go.
Okay. In other words, people do want to know how to access doulas in their area. And so are you guys open for people just to contact you so that you can put them in contact with doulas in their area?
Yeah, and also if you are also a doula that's listening and you want to be added to the list, because I have been putting together a list and trying to work with other Indigenous doulas and midwives, so not just doula, but doulas and midwives. Please let me know. I'm going to be doing once monthly calls with our doulas and midwives. I've started like last month, and so, but yeah, I am open for if the people want to come in. So yes, absolutely.
Okay, so how can I get in contact with you?
They can email me at Rising Phoenix, so RAISING Phoenix 78 at Gmail. And they can just send me an email.
Okay, so send her an email if you all are interested in the academy or getting connected with a doula in your area. Okay.
Or if you're a doula and you want to get in the network, because we want more of our doulas and midwives, that even if you're a current doula as well.
And she said, even if you're a current doula, what did you say?
Just contact me so I can put you in our network, because I just asked to see their certifications. Yeah.
Yeah, she said she could, if you contact her, she'll put you in the network so that you can be part of her directory so that she can be able to refer folks to you if someone needs you in your area. Okay?
Yeah. Any doulas, midwives, or those who do like what they call postnatal care. Some people just only do postnatal. So whatever it is that you do that's dealing with mom.
Yes. Okay. This was a great roundtable discussion. It's a pleasure to meet all of you all. As you can see, as you see, I'm looking like Rod Hayes, although I ain't smoking nothing. I'm looking like him. Okay.
You sleeping? Let's go lay down. It's time to go to bed.
Like TikTok told you.
Yeah, so I'm going to get some rest. I've been told that here as well. I wanted to make sure I was committed to this, and I trust that you all know that I care.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much for just joining in as our elder mother, because we need the wisdom,
And don't forget to tell them, and don't forget to tell them about we're starting the new mother's 12 steps of sovereignty. Next month, the end of next month.
End of July, going to August. We're going to start for the moms who already have children and they're trying to get this new birth, that's BERTH birth certificates that Mother Empress and has put together, and I'll be on there with her too. We're going to do a different 12 steps of sovereignty for those moms, so we get them and the baby and just get the families in. So stay tuned. We'll get dates out.
So what's the age limit? Because we don't want no grown ass folks coming up in here talking about my baby 18 years old. Okay.
I say the age should stop at 12.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a 12-step for the mothers, for the children, on up to the age of 12, and the mommies to be as well. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
I love you guys.
Get some rest.
Love you too.
Bye, y'all. Thank you, Thank you, Lexi.
Thank you.
I'm gonna do my Miss America way.
Bye.